Away you go. But I agree with you, Mike, and that's exactly what John Cooper said to us before the game. He said they have to find a way to get inside on Boston because they just do such a good job of protecting the middle, and that's going to be an issue for Tampa as this series wears on. They're going to have to find a way to get inside and get some quality looks on Tuukka Rask. I don't think they've had enough here today. Rask has been good, but certainly the Lightning can do a lot more to get to those areas where they get much better grade A chances.
In comes Point across the line for Ford. Danny Ford trying to push that free. And Ford back with it. Centering pass that bounced away from Point. And McDonough puts it wide. Inside 2 to go here in the third period. Game 2 Monday night here in Tampa. Here comes Blunt, a quick shot knocked down by the glove of Rask. Now Girardi back with it. Rick Wine goes to McDonough, centering pass, and high tip by Johnson goes high and wide. Girardi has a key goal in the second period. The Lightning good and close, but then the Bruins blew it open. But 9 minutes on a shot until Marchand scored here early in the third period. Girardi. That was blocked by Schaller. And now Rask out to play it. Banks it around for McAvoy. And McAvoy clears it back out for the Bruins. Riley Nash drops that back. This is the last time play in the period. So the Bruins survive a scare against Toronto in the opening round. It goes 7. They took a 3-1 series lead in that one. And now they open on the road with authority in the second round with a 6-2 lead here inside a minute to go in the third period. Paquette shoots and was blocked in front by McQuaid. Now Coburn lines and fires. That was blocked again by Miller. And Heinen knocks it back out. Corrali. Rink line for Backus. Lots of Bruins fans here in Tampa on this Saturday afternoon as Schaller comes in, picks that one off, drops it off for Riley Nash. Schaller works back in, shoots. Vasilevsky makes the save, but loose in front and knocked away by Coburn. And a final flourish of the Boston Bruins, an exclamation point on a 6-2 win in Game 1 against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Patrice Bergeron, once again a central figure in the story, and his line strikes 3 times. He gets 2 as the Bruins take a 6-2 victory. Timeout for the Sprint. 3 stars of the game. And it's Bergeron with 2 goals and assists to star number 1. Rick Nash gets his second career 2-goal playoff game. 8 points in 8 career playoff games against the Lightning. And David Pastrnak with a career best 4 assists in the win this afternoon. Game 2 comes your way on Monday night from Tampa. Tuukka Rask, a big part of the story, changed his gear part of this game, lost his skate, played a pretty adventurous afternoon. Here he is with Brian Boucher.
Tuukka, an interesting game for you. We'll get to that, but talk about your team and how they played today and what impressed you from where you sat.
We were, resilient today. We weathered the storm in the first. We knew they were going to come out hard, and we capitalized on our chances. But, I think we defended pretty well for the most part.
You had that situation in the second period where the skate plate came off. I have to ask you, does that happen very often in practice?
No, it has maybe happened once or twice, but, freaking skates nowadays, they're like blades come off. So I was yelling at the ref for like 10 seconds. He didn't hear me, and it sucks, but, we're glad we won.
Well, you come in here, you win after winning a 7-game series against Toronto. Are there advantages as a goaltender to when you play a couple days later after a 7-game series for you?
Well, you still have the feel for the game. I think that helps. But, it's a playoff, so just want to have fun and enjoy the moment. So, great game today.
What's going to be the key for you guys going forward to get 2 out of here in Tampa?
I think it's the same thing as we did today. We weathered the storm at the beginning. They're going to come out hard, score a couple goals, and then protect the lead.
All right, Tuukka, thanks for your time.
Thanks, Brian.
Thanks for watching the Stanley Cup playoffs presented by Geico. Once again, our final score, Boston 6, Tampa Bay 2. For Mike Milbury, Brian Boucher, our entire crew, I'm Gord Miller saying so long from Tampa.
Thanks so much. Here with Keith Jones and Patrick Sharp.
To the referee for 10 seconds. Well, he could yell all he wanted to. The referee wasn't going to blow it. It was in the zone anyway. It was a scoring chance for the officials. The right non-call was made. You take a look at it here. There it goes. There's the blade. You can see it sitting there. And you can see Ross clearly can't get over to make the save. He's frustrated. He's angry. But the ref did nothing wrong. It was the right call and kind of a funny and bizarre sequence.
And that was an important part of the game also. That put Tampa within a goal. You heard Tuukka Rask talk about how resilient the Boston Bruins were. They found a way to elevate their level as the game went on.
They were resilient. The top line for the Boston Bruins continues to be dominant, especially in victories. It's that feast or famine, and today it was feast. The top line, 11 points today, 41 points for the playoffs, and the guy in the middle of everything, Brad Marchand.
Yeah, not a very popular player in Tampa, an extremely popular player in Boston. And you just take a look at his body of work here. You can see the Tampa fans back at the All-Star game wanted to exterminate the rat, and it would have helped if he wasn't available, that's for sure, because there he goes doing what he does best. Irritating, attracting attention, throwing some punches, taking some punches, bothering the opposition, the guys that are supposed to stop him. There's the tongues out there for Marchand. Here he goes after.
When he's getting in Tyler Johnson's face, when he's stirring the pot like that, that's not just to get those Tampa players off their game, but it's more so to get Brad Marchand in his game. And he saw it, I don't know.
There's not. And the one you would think to compare to it would be Tampa's line with Kucherov and Stamkos and right now JT Miller on that line. But they're having some issues trying to get the puck to the back of the net, especially Stamkos.
You know that he is trying to get into his game, right? Trying to get into that Brad Marchand mode. What's the best way of dealing with this if you're one-on-one, if you're in Tyler Johnson's situation?
All right, that's a good question. And these types of players aren't very much fun to play against because you can try to avoid them and let them sleep, so to say, as much as you want. But it's tough when he's in your face shift after shift and really disrupting what you're trying to do. You know, before the game, you're getting ready to perform what your jobs are as a player. And when you got Marchand in your face, slashing the little stick swingings, the cross checks, that builds up over time, and it can really frustrate you and get you off your game.
And it never stops. It's just going to keep coming. You can try to get him off his game. That's not going to happen. His primary goal is to produce, but on the way there, he's going to bother you. Do step his game up like Brad Marchand. So he'll be talked about a lot in the next couple of days from Tampa's perspective, but very difficult to come up with a game plan to slow him down.
Again, to look at that top line for the Boston Bruins by the numbers. And you look at the 5 wins during this postseason, the 41 points plus 34, 3 losses, 0 points, even though they had plenty of opportunities, a lot of posts and that. But outside of them, we also saw contributions from Jake DeBrusk again.
Yeah, impressive what he did. You know, he scored the game-winning goal for the Bruins to allow them to get to this series in Game 7 against Toronto Maple Leafs. Then he had a sequence of blocking shots that Mike Milbury showed, hitting, taking hits, and then getting the puck out and eventually scored an empty net goal as well.
Yeah, we spoke at the beginning of the show about the emotional letdown that might have been coming from the Bruins. We definitely didn't see that. In Game 7 against the Leafs, front and center was Jake DeBrusk with a huge game. Looks like they picked up where they went off, not only Jake, but the team as well. A pretty dominating performance from top to bottom.
Jake DeBrusk, 21 years old. He had 5 goals in the first round. That definitely carried over to the first game of round 2. We got plenty more coming up, but for now, Patrick Sharp and Keith Jones. I'm Liam McHugh coming up next, except on the West Coast with your local news. But coverage of the NHL Draft Lottery, that begins at 7:30 Eastern. You can find it over on NBCSN, and then here at 8 Eastern on NBC. It is Game 2 from Vegas. The San Jose Sharks will take on the Golden Knights. Game 2 of Bruins Lightning is Monday night on NBCSN. We'll see you later tonight.
NBC Sports thanks you for watching this presentation of the National Hockey League. Championship season, presented by Canada Dry Ginger Ale and Lemonade, begins with the Kentucky Derby on NBC.
Ariana Grande for the entire show. Also this week, Jaden Smith, Steve Martin, and Martin Short. With Today's Show, Savannah Guthrie and Hoda Kotb. And Robert Irwin's Animals. New Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon this week.
Yes, sir.
Straight ahead on News 10 NBC, police say the case of a man found shot dead in a doorway is a homicide. Now one business owner is talking about what that means between him and the neighborhood. And they could be what's missing in the fight against opioid drug deaths. We'll hear what one crucial player is trying to get over to save lives.
And we are talking about snow showers. Hard to believe it's almost May, but we're in Rochester. We'll have details to let you know what you can expect. News 10 NBC at 6 is next.
This is my Toyota Highlander. I love it. And I'm keeping my family safe at no extra cost thanks to Toyota Safety Sense. Similar features would cost more than $13,000 in a Jeep Grand Cherokee. $13,000! For that, I give my Highlander 5 stars.
Tested, trusted, Toyota. Lease a new 2018 Toyota Highlander for just $249 a month. Plus, every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Find your Toyota at buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey, yo, Godzilla.
Yeah, what is it, Kong?
Yeah, who's the new huge guy that's stomping on our toy?
Oh, yeah, that would be Huge Silo.
Who?
Huge Silo.
Huge Silo?
Yeah, Huge Silo.
What's he doing?
Oh, this guy, he's huge. He's really huge. Check this out.
Huge Silo. Huge.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, morning.
Good morning.
Come on, you know you might be. Come on.
This is WHEC-TV, proudly serving Rochester. News 10 NBC starts right now.
I felt like somebody broken in. That's why I was a little bit scared. But when I see like it's not, yellow tape, so I said, no, it's not for me.
The nervous watch is on for the neighbors, and the hunt is on for whoever shot a man in a Rochester doorway. We start tonight with breaking news. Throughout the day, investigators with the Rochester Police Department have been collecting evidence and witness testimony on Sherwood Avenue after what police are describing as a homicide. Early this morning, Stephanie Robusto is live at the scene right now. Stephanie.
And since the time of 5 a.m., Charles, when that first call came in for a shooting, the officers here have opened up this section of Sherwood Avenue. But you see, patrol cars are still out here along with technician units. Those techs are actually inside of this house, which is wrapped up with the crime scene tape, as they're trying to solve the deadly shooting which claimed the life of one man in his 20s.
The officers responded and found a male that was actually shot inside the front doorway of the location. We have a lot of working parts going on right now, so we're trying to put together a lot of different things.
Which is why the details are so limited right now. The man, who has not yet been identified, was dead before emergency responders even had a chance to save him. When they got here, he was inside a partially open door into a split family home, where people were inside both sides of the house. Another person was taken to the hospital as a precaution, but police would not elaborate as to if that person was suffering from an injury stemming from the shooting or if it was stress-related. Investigators are now sifting through evidence collected here throughout the day and talking to witnesses. We were able to talk to a business owner just down the street.
Between me and you, like, I feel like kind of a little bit different because it's very close to me. It's not like far away. It's maybe like 150 foot, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think I have a problem with the customer, like they're going to do something to me.
And while police have not yet released any information when it comes to any possible suspects, they do not believe this area is in danger because they do believe the shooting was an isolated incident. Of course, as we get any of these developing details, we will bring them to you on air and online. For now, I'm reporting live in Rochester. Stephanie Robusto, News 10 NBC.
Thanks, Stephanie. Now to some breaking news. Out of Geneseo, police are still investigating a hit and run that left one man dead, according to the Livingston County Sheriff's Office. The accident happened on Route 63 south of Court Street about 3 this morning. Route 63 was closed during the investigation. It has since reopened. The Sheriff's Office is asking anyone with any information on this hit-and-run driver to call them at 585-243-7100. Time now for a quick look at the weather here in town. Meteorologist Amanda McDonald joins us with a look at that first alert forecast. And if you weren't listening a second ago or went by or you just couldn't believe it, yes, you did use the word snow again. Right? Amanda?
Yeah, you know, I did. It's almost May, and I remember a couple of years ago we had some snow showers on Mother's Day, so we're not quite to that extreme just yet. As we do take a look, though, temperatures certainly well below the average for this time of year. 38 degrees in Batavia right now. Our average high temperature is 62 degrees, so we're significantly below that. 40 in Albion, 42 in Scottsville. Canandaigua was at 44 degrees, and these temperatures are on their way down. In fact, we've already seen a 22-degree difference. It's 22 degrees colder in Buffalo right now than it was at this time yesterday. 15 degrees colder in Rochester and 12 degrees colder than it was at this time in Penyan. Yesterday, what we're setting ourselves up with is some rain showers off and on through the evening, but then overnight, some snow showers. Will you wake up to any snow on the ground? You'll have to stay tuned. I'll keep you up to date coming up in just a couple minutes. Charles?
So now you're interested.
Thanks, Amanda. Well, new at 6, local churches are stepping in to fight opioid addiction in the community and in their congregations.
I like to be a realist. We're losing the fight. If this was a war, we'd have to declare we're losing.
Today, the Father's House Ministry put on what it calls Part 2 of the 2018 Churches United to Combat Addictions Conference. The event was created by churches and for churches to equip and support families being devastated by the opioid epidemic. Organizers say there are specific things that need to be done in the community to fight the epidemic. In the past, organizers say churches have been missing from the process because of stigma attached to drug problems.
What we want to do is through the organization is cause pastors and churches to recognize, drop these stigma, be a sanctuary where people can come and receive the support that they need.
County Executive Sheldon Alfos, Senator Joe Robach, and Monroe County Sheriff Todd Baxter were all at the event today. State lawmakers across the country are testing a strategy to boost treatment for opioid addicts. Bills introduced in at least 15 states would impose taxes or fees on prescription painkillers to be paid for by drug manufacturers and their distributors. Several of the measures have bipartisan support and would funnel millions of dollars towards treatment and prevention programs. Drug makers and distributors argue it would be wrong to tax prescription drugs and that there are other ways to pay for addiction treatment and prevention. Police in Maine now have the man they say killed a sheriff's deputy and took off in his patrol car. 29-year-old John Williams was arrested today after an intense manhunt involving hundreds of police. On Wednesday, investigators say Williams shot and killed Somerset County Deputy Eugene Cole, then drove Cole's marked car to a convenience store and robbed it. Officials say they tracked Williams down to a town only a few miles away from the scene, and he was peacefully arrested. Rochester area fire departments are trying to crank up the manpower tonight. Today, more than a dozen fire departments across Monroe County and more across the state open their doors for open houses. The Firemen's Association of the State of New York is trying to encourage more volunteers to get involved. The open houses will continue tomorrow. To see where, just head to WHEC.com and look under web links. Still to come on News 10 NBC, President Trump is deep in homework for a historic summit. Wait till you hear his latest tweets. And yes, the T does stand for technology, but RIT stands for a lot more than that. We'll see how students are trying to show their other sides next.
News 10 NBC is brought to you in part by Dorsal.
We know you don't like shopping for a new car. Most car dealerships process their customers in an assembly line, from commissioned salesperson to commissioned manager to commissioned finance manager. At Dorschel Toyota, you will meet one empowered associate who is not on commission and has one goal, your satisfaction. And they have some great offers to share with you, which you never have to haggle for. How about a 2018 RAV4 XLE all-wheel drive for only $192 a month, or a 2018 Corolla LE for only $143 per month? Your research has told you to pick Toyota. Now choose your dealer wisely.
At 5 Star Bank, there's a lot more to you and your growing family's needs than just what's on paper. We get to know the personal human side of those needs today, because today is tomorrow in progress. 5 Star Bank.
There's a moment in your bones when the fire takes over.
Life has a million trails. The redesigned Jeep Cherokee was built for all of them. Well-qualified returning lessees get a low-mileage lease on one of these Jeep vehicles for under $200 a month.
Great food deserves great wine. So let us help you pick the perfect wine for your next meal. Lisa's Liquor Barn in Penfield. Why pay more?
Shopping for a car? How do you know you're getting the best?
Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's best overall brand.
Will your decision cost you down the road?
Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's lowest 5-year cost to own. Is it a Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand? Put Subaru on your list.
At 5 Star Bank, there's more to your banking needs than just what's on paper. Our certified personal bankers get to know the personal human side of those needs today, because today is tomorrow in progress. 5 Star Bank.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Rochester.
It's your morning. It's your news.
News 10 NBC Today, Rochester's #1 morning news.
Well, with journalists gathering in Washington tonight for the annual White House Correspondents' Dinner, President Trump is hitting the road. He'll be in Michigan for a campaign-style rally where he'll likely tout the role he played in yesterday's historic meeting between the leaders of North and South Korea. NBC's Chris Pallone reports.
Tonight, President Donald Trump is leaving Washington, D.C. for Washington, Michigan. As he heads to a campaign-style rally, the president sounding more certain than ever that he will soon meet with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, tweeting Saturday that the time and location of that meeting is being set. Trump Friday put the fate of Korea's denuclearization talks on his own shoulders.
I think I have a responsibility to see if I can do it. And if I can't do it, it'll be a very tough time for a lot of countries and a lot of people.
Trump's tone toward Kim Jong-un has changed in recent weeks, where he once issued insults.
Rocket Man is on a suicide mission.
He now remains diplomatic.
I will be meeting with Kim Jong-un in the coming weeks. We look forward to that, and hopefully it will be productive.
As Trump seeks a deal to kill North Korea's nuclear program, he appears poised to back out of a similar deal with Iran. Allies are pressuring Trump to stay in the Iran deal.
If President Trump pulls out of the Iran nuclear deal, it may convince Kim Jong-un that the United States is untrustworthy.
North Korea has broken promises to kill its nuclear program in the past. Is Donald Trump the president who can get Kim Jong-un to finally follow through on that pledge? Chris Pallone, NBC News.
The Rochester Institute of Technology is showing its students and teachers are more than just techies this weekend. RIT's weightlifting club put on displays of muscle power in a strongman competition today as part of the school's Imagine RIT Expo. Imagine RIT is in its 11th year showcasing the broad talents of students and faculty. It includes innovative software and technology displays, gaming, and apps from medical to musical. But it also featured art, dance, singing, acting, and athletic events like fencing. Organizers say they want to give people a peek behind the walls of RIT.
I think they get a hope for the future that their children, or in some cases with alums, their investment has been good. I think that it really is exciting to see the fantastic abilities of so many young people across the spectrum.
The wide variety of exhibits at Imagine RIT hit a new record today with 438 exhibits in science, technology, engineering, and art and live entertainment. More than 2,500 students and teachers got involved in creating exhibits. And Amanda McDonald is back with a look at that first alert forecast that, yes, includes snow, but surely it can't last much longer. Can it, please? Amanda.
Yeah, Charles, you know, it's not going to be too much of a problem. More of a nuisance than anything else, but I'll spell it all out for you coming up in my forecast just after the break. Stay with us.
News 10 NBC is brought to you in part by Eyes on Rochester.
Maintain the health of your eyes. Have them examined by an ophthalmologist at Eyes on Rochester. With a fine selection of fashion eyewear, transitional lenses, and contacts, we bring your eye care and eyewear to a new level.
More and more people are finding themselves in a Chevrolet for the first time. Trying something new can be exciting, empowering, downright exhilarating. See for yourself why Chevrolet is the most awarded and fastest growing brand the last 4 years overall.
Current qualified competitive lessees can get this 2018 Chevy Equinox for around $169 a month. See your Rochester area Chevy dealers.
A strong commitment is crucial to success. That's what drives our scholar athletes to victory in class and in the game.
Together, we are honored to celebrate these young role models in our Rochester community. The News 10 NBC Scholar Athlete of the Week, Tuesdays at 6.
It's the Volkswagen Smile at Spring Sales Event, where you will find great deals on award-winning SUVs that are sure to make you smile. With over 40 standard features and with America's best bumper-to-bumper limited warranty. During the Volkswagen Spring Sales Event, you can't help but smile.
Do you know them? Do you know them?
It's the Volkswagen Smile at Spring Sales Event.
Hurry in and get a new 2018 Tiguan S for just $189 a month. Now with the People First warranty.
I'm attorney Kenneth Hiller. If someone calls your cell phone without your consent, you could be entitled to up to $1,500 per call. Call for a free consultation.
How do you gauge the greatness of an SUV? Is it to carry cargo or to carry on a legacy? Its show of strength or its sign of intelligence? In crossing harsh terrain or breaking new ground? This is the Mercedes-Benz SUV family. Greatness comes in many forms. Lease the GLA 250 for $349 a month at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Isaac Heating and Air Conditioning is proud to sponsor the News 10 NBC First Alert Weather Bug Network, bringing you exclusive live cameras and precise conditions from every corner of our region. From News 10 NBC, here's your First Alert forecast with Amanda McDonald.
Good evening. It was a cloudy, damp, and cold day with rain showers and drizzle off and on. The majority of the steadiest rain is now out of here, but if you do have plans to head out this evening, bring the umbrella and the jacket for sure.
Player on the field with a bunch of stars, and then he got injured and wasn't the same back this past year.
And there is the reaction in his house. He allowed us to be in his house with him all day long, and the payoff was he gets to be drafted by the Dallas Cowboys. And oh, by the way, it's a significant draft pick in this order. He is the 11th Alabama player taken in this year's draft. That is the most ever by any SEC school in the history of the draft. So again, 11 Alabama players taken.
Look, you can hate on Nick Saban all you want. He knows what he's doing down there. He knows how to prepare players for this level. And let me just say this about Bo Scarborough. It may have been that game, Todd. I remember going on Twitter and saying, I want Bo Scarborough on my team. If this guy, you're right. If he is healthy, when he is right, his mind is right, he's incredible.
Well, these are all his teammates. You want them too. Minkah Fitzpatrick, Daron Payne. You saw what he did in a 6.5-minute stretch in the semifinal against Clemson. Rashaan Evans taken by Mike Vrabel, a former linebacker linebacker, a tackling machine. Calvin Ridley now lines up with Julio Jones in Atlanta. Are you kidding me? Then you have Ronnie Harrison, the hard-hitting safety, goes to the Jacksonville Jaguars in the 3rd round, and we're just getting started.
You know the
on
scary
Nick
part?
Saban's players.
They're going to wind up, I don't know, 2nd, 3rd in the preseason poll. They just keep turning it over every single year.
Deshaun Hand, Anthony Averett, J.K. Scott, Sean Deion Hamilton, Bradley Bozeman, and there's a couple of players who may still come off the board. A couple of cornerbacks, maybe Levi Wallace, maybe Tony Brown. We still haven't seen either one of them get drafted. So, look, this pipeline is real, and people can pretend like it's not that significant in the SEC, but the SEC once again is dominating this draft in every way, shape, and form. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, do we have our first fullback off the board? We do. The guy that blocked a lot for Rashad Penny at San Diego State, Nick Bowden, goes to Detroit.
The highest rated fullback and made life easier for Rashad Penny, leading the way through that whole fourth Penny to pick up all those yards and have all those rushing touchdowns. Bald is a guy, a great lead blocker, adequate hands. That's all you got to do. And as a fullback in the NFL, he's a throwback to Moose Johnston. And I think that's what you look at with a guy like this coming into the NFL. He can be that type of player moving forward with the Detroit Lions. Obviously, when you look at Matthew Stafford trying to get a running game, that's what they're trying to do. Find a running game that's consistent to help out Matthew Stafford, not put all the onus on that passing attack to try to outscore people and have late drives to pull out games or great comebacks. So you look at this football team right now, and you have Kerryon Johnson now from Auburn as the tailback, and you bring in Bob to be the fullback. Now you have helped him with Garrett Blunt's added to this roster as well, who seems like everywhere he goes, a Super Bowl follows. But the running game's the key, and Bob certainly as a lead blocker will help.
Well, you mentioned the running game. It's been, 68 games now for the Detroit Lions without a 100-yard rusher. 4 years and 5 months a couple of days ago. The last guy to do it was Reggie Bush on Thanksgiving Day in 2013. Clearly, Matt Patricia, not only taking Kerryon Johnson, but a fullback, is looking to amp up that running game.
Yeah, they don't want to just run the ball. They want to run the ball with a certain kind of attitude. But when you have Kerryon Johnson and LeGarrette Blount, you have two big backs who have good feet. People underestimate how good LeGarrette Blount's feet are, and then those are guys who can actually finish you as well. The reason why you got the fullback is that you want to send linebackers a message. And that's if we're coming downhill, we're going to play a certain way. But Detroit Lions may not have rushed for 100 yards in over 100 years. But I'll tell you this, they're going to rush for 100 yards this year. I almost guarantee it.
Todd, what about Zach Seiler out of going down to Ferris State, going to Baltimore?
Ferris State, Division II level. 50 and a half tackles for loss.
Oh, stay fair.
23 and a half sacks. He's a big dude. It's 6'6", 288 pounds. Long arms, 33 and 3/4 inch arms. He's a two-gapper. Powerful pass rusher, can hold his ground versus the double team. Dominated this level of competition. I'm interested to see, but there are a lot of teams looking at him exactly in this area, the 6th or 7th round, as a developmental project. And now he gets an opportunity to go in with the Baltimore Ravens. They know how to develop defensive linemen. I'm interested to see how that progresses, Mel.
Wrestler in high school, 1 year of high school football. Yeah, he's a guy who has come on down at 20 pounds since 2017, up to about 290 right now. Richie James, Middle Tennessee State, wide receiver who made big plays in that Blue Raider offense. You see there, he can catch the ball and then take that big hit. Has some quickness, has some ability to gain some separation, and then on the sidelines to be able to get that foot in bounds. Obviously 2 in the NFL, 1 in college. Play out that slot. There's the matchup advantage he creates. And in contested situations, pulls in the tough ground. That offense scored points, and for Richie James, a great opportunity to make a team in the NFL.
So let's take a look at San Francisco. They go with the protection for Jimmy Garoppolo in the first round, Mike McGlinchey. Again, Notre Dame had 2 linemen go in the top 10. That had never happened before. They get the athletic Dante Pettis, the wide receiver out of Washington. And again, his cousin Austin Pettis played a few years in the NFL. Also, his dad, Gary Pettis, had 5 Gold Glove seasons in his 11 years as a Major League Baseball player. Then you have the players in the later rounds, DJ Reed, Marcel Harris, Julian Taylor, and Richie James. All right, we'll be back in 15 seconds, but first, here's a look at one of the most promising talents in this year's draft class from Bud Light.
Here's a guy we expect to go early, the Bud Knight. Take a look at him, folks. Clocking a blistering 40, horseback and otherwise. Excellent decision-making. A complete athlete and a heck of a leader on the field. The perfect first-round draft pick for any team.
All
right, Mel, let's take a look through Greg Stroman now. The cornerback out of Virginia Tech goes to Washington.
Washington Redskins got a player I think who could be basically a backup type in the NFL and a special team. Watch him here in coverage. Shadow that receiver, and I'll tell you, turn and go and turn and run with that receiver and then break on the football. And Todd, I thought this kid in certain games looked like he could maybe be a 3rd or 4th round pick. Greg Stroman was a guy, a key entity in that secondary.
Yeah, he's 5'11", 182 pounds, but he ran a 4.48 at the combine. He had some production. He also averaged about 9 yards per punt return, so there is some versatility there. I think in the 7th round, you bring him in and see if you can continue to develop him. Shorter arms, not a huge playmaker, but yeah, he's not a huge playmaker in terms of defending the run. He did have 9 interceptions in his career, 27 pass breakups. He's, I'd like to see a little bit more physicality is what I'd like to see out of him. But again, a little bit of versatility, and he's got a chance to make some plays on the ball.
He's a cover guy.
So we've seen Washington go deep into the Alabama stockpile 4 times over the last 2 years, including, by the way, Deron Payne is going to be a monster. You put him next to Jonathan Allen, when he's back and healthy, with Ryan Kerrigan. Forget about it.
You're good next year?
Yeah. You know what? Well, I think when Jonathan Allen went out of the lineup, their rush defense dropped off a cliff. It was just absolutely incredible. So, I mean, there's going to be addition just from him coming back. And Deron Payne, I mean, that's perfect. Sean Dion Hamilton, that kid, if he's healthy, he's a stud, too. I mean, you're talking, look, the Redskins, and I used to work there. Their philosophy now has totally changed. Now that they have consistency, they have some stability. You see the profiles that they keep going after. You just mentioned that they keep tapping into Alabama's pipeline. Well, that's not by accident.
No, it isn't.
Obviously, it's producing for them, and they're getting the kinds of players that they want to have the profiles that they want. That's how you start all of a sudden creeping up on people. Next thing you know, you're winning football games. It's not that it's hard. It's not that hard, but it's hard. But these guys are doing it the right way.
Well, you want to talk about bloodlines. How about this next selection for Carolina? Kendrick Norton, the defensive tackle out of Miami. Does that name sound familiar? It should. Ken Norton Jr. is his father. Of course, he won Super Bowls in 3 straight years. He went back-to-back with the Dallas Cowboys, had a touchdown for a score in the big 52-17 win the Cowboys had over the Bills in Super Bowl 27. Then he went to San Francisco and won a Super Bowl there. And his grandfather is Ken Norton, the guy who broke Muhammad Ali's jaw.
A 6'2", 312-pounder. The production this year didn't match what was expected from the previous season. Gets into the backfield on occasion, disrupts with the ability to win with power or athleticism. You think about it as a pass rusher, he's not going to give you a lot of that. Technically, overall consistency, he needs to improve in that area, but he's flat, Todd. You go back to that game against Notre Dame with that defensive line. We liked R.J. McIntosh all along through the process. Norton didn't really step it up on a game-to-game basis like you thought he would based on what we saw 2 years ago.
Yeah, he's a gap plugger. That's what he is, and you bring him in and see if he can fill that role. You need to have one of those guys on your team as a backup, and we'll see if he can make it. On a side note, I think our TV is so hot right now that a hole got burnt.
It's an eclipse.
I can't see it.
That's what happened. So let's take a look at this draft. They had a couple of flyers. They took DJ Moore, the kid out of Maryland, the wide receiver, and Dante Jackson, the speed burner out of LSU. And then they've gone defense heavy here. Jermaine Carter, Andre Smith, and now Kendrick Norton. What do we think Norton can be here? Because obviously this is a very athletic family.
Stay-at-home type, a guy that can be a plugger in there. And I'll tell you what, Jermaine Carter at Maryland, saw a lot of him. He gave Connor Williams fits in that opener. When Maryland went down there as a heavy underdog and beat the Texas Longhorns, it was Jermaine Carter off the edge that had some key plays. That was beating Connor Williams. And Connor Williams was injured against USC. So Carter, I tell you, you can move him around. He's got a lot of versatility. Inside, outside, can put his hand on the ground, has pass rush ability. Jermaine Carter could be a guy to keep an eye on come training camp.
It is interesting. Literally, the TVs are melting.
Yeah.
The TVs are melting. The monitors are melting that we rely on. So they both look like they have a solar eclipse.
Hey, real quick, Trey.
Yeah.
Katie Gorman, I want to thank as well. I forgot Katie's responsible for a lot of this stuff. Jess Krause.
And Jess Krause, Katie Gorman, they do a great job.
Yep. Always have your back. Yep.
While we're at it, too.
Yeah.
Every year I try to do this because we sit up here and we rattle off all these things and watch these unbelievable videos, and all the people that are here, it's amazing the support staff that we have. I'm going to read through a couple things. First of all, we have 500 player highlights. So
256 draft picks, and we have almost double as many tapes, just in case we're ready for everybody.
3,000 graphics we have prepared for this, and 150 edits. I'm going to name off some of the people that we thank you so much for everything you've done and appreciate you more than we can even tell you. Aaron Pepper, Matt Brooks, Brooksy, love you, dude, you know that. Adam Bauer, Ikeem Boyd, Brian Colbert, Jake Rowan, Stephen Kim, Andrew Teitelman, Alex Stamma, Eric Feinstein, Steve Bishop, Garrett Hedstrom, Lauren Manderson, Cheyenne Lehman, Ryan Locker, Molly Nelson, Kiana Lige, Brandon Barrett, Ryan Hoff, Lucas Nickerson, Jeremy Anderson. And thanks to all of our amazing production people as well. Jim Carr, Vince Massey, Evan Kaplan, The Bear, not just a pretty face, Chris Felica, Alex Stern, John McTighe, Jessica Kraus, Gabby Robuccio. I got it, Gabby, I got it for you. Jody Britz.
Jessica Kraus is in there as well. They do great work for us. They make us look much smarter and better than we actually are. And speaking of smarter and better, let's go to Adam and Mort.
Well, you want to take this? Yeah, if I can't finish, you do. Everybody, this is Joey Roberts. He came to us in September 2007 as a recommendation from a legendary coach, Bob Johnson, at Mission Viejo High School in California. Trinity College student, was my personal intern, and he is now leaving us to become the senior administrator of player personnel for the Alliance of American Football, a guy that Bill Polian himself is swiping from under our nose, but we're happy for him. It's never better. He's like a son, I know, to me and my wife, Vicky, but to his parents, he's very special. And Adam, a son to you, we're going to miss this and guy. A brother to me, and there's been no greater contributor to our team than Joey Roberts. We're going to miss him. Bill Polian's first-round pick. We wish him the best. There's so many people behind the scenes. Joey's out front today. They all deserve their turn out front today, and we love him. Appreciate everybody we work with. We'll be back with more in the 7th round of the NFL Draft from Dallas at AT&T Stadium after this.
Bigger doesn't mean stronger. Pack a punch. Come back for more. Put rubber to the road. Bring the heat. Like a champ. Like a charge. Mighty like a pro. Introducing the all-new Terrain, the compact SUV from GMC. Current non-GM owners get this low-mileage lease on this front-wheel drive Terrain SLE for around $247 per month. Or get $5,250 purchase allowance when you finance through GM Financial. Don't juggle your home life and work life without it. And don't forget who you're really working for without it. Funding to help grow your business. Another way we have your back. The powerful back of American Express. Don't do business without it.
Can we finish what we started? Do we have it in us? Because the second we think we've given everything, we're going to give more. Because this is our moment. And we are.
Whatever you're made for, Gatorade is made to fuel it.
Introducing Taco Bell's latest work of art. $1 triple melt nachos. Seasoned beef topped with a lavish blend of 3 melty cheeses. Another $1 masterpiece. Only at Taco Bell.
Can't take it when you die, but you can't live without it.
It is over.
You'll enjoy summer, come rain or come shine, with one of our custom motorized awnings. Practical, beautiful, affordable. See us now for special spring savings.
Experience. It matters in local news reporting, creating context, helping you arrive at informed outcomes.
It matters in caring for community, shining light on key trends while upholding honored traditions.
It matters in building relationships and breaking down barriers to ensure that all viewpoints get heard. The power of experience. It's the power of 13 Wham News, and it matters.
They integrate seamlessly into your home. Retractable shades that protect you from insects and the sun's heat. Now you see them, now you don't. See us now for special spring savings.
Live from the Sheraton Hotel in New York at the ESPN Broadcast Center, ESPN presents the 1980 National Football League Draft.
All right, it's now told we are on. Hi, hello, and welcome back to the 1983 National Football League Player Draft. Quarterbacks, Bud, have been the big commodity so far. The season ticket holders, Jets, I'm going to pull. Jets take the first round selection. Ken O'Brien, Jets lock on.
New York Jets select tight end Kyle Brady.
Obvious to me right now that the Jets just don't understand what the draft's all about.
I'm kind of scared. I thought Detroit was going to take me. I would have asked for so much money and I had to put me on layaway.
I'm layaway! Forget it. That's why the Colts are the laughing stock of the league year in and year out.
There has been a trade involving this fifth pick of the draft. The New Orleans Saints select Ricky Williams.
Looks like he's left for a leaving out. What will he do with the rest of the game? John Dalton.
Benny, the clock is winding down in the Vikings. You can't pass. Jackson's on the clock. Who do they take now? They're looking Aaron Twitch and Marcus Cruz. Too late. They can turn the pick at any time.
Jacksonville Jaguars select Byron Leftwich. The Carolina Panthers select Jordan Gross. The Minnesota Vikings select Kevin Williams.
I've never seen anything like this. This is great.
Why don't you want to play for the Chokers?
We're not really giving details right now.
I would never take a running back in round one. You would have taken Emmitt Smith or Tony Norris or Jim Brown. No. Who made that rule anyway? You can't pick one in the first round. I did. I know that. That's why I'm asking.
For the first time in 51 years, Chi-Town is draft down.
Quite a night here in Philadelphia. The NFL Draft Theater lived up to the hype.
For us, this has been an exciting, exceptional day for the chance to bring you something that has never been done before.
Tell you what, you've been here every step of the way. It's been an awful lot of fun, and we're going to keep that tradition going as long as we continue to do this draft. Well, aerial coverage of the draft on ESPN provided by Goodyear. Kick off your drive with tires that return superior performance. Goodyear, more driven. Let's take a look at some of the recent selections in the draft as we're closing in on the final 6 or 7 picks of the 2018 draft. You see some of the selections made by the Ravens, the Packers, the Niners, Washington, and of course, Carolina. Well, just a few moments ago, when we talked about Kendrick Norton being drafted and made the connection that he was related to Ken Norton Jr. and Ken Norton Sr., that actually was incorrect. We apologize for that. We had some incorrect information. Kendrick Norton is related to Kendrick Norton and not Ken Norton. And with that, we move on. Got it. Thank you. Meanwhile, Justin Lawler now goes to the Rams.
This guy, he's a tough one because I like this tape. Non-stop motor. He's got the frame. He's got outstanding football character. This guy loves the game. Flies around the field. And he's got a decent first step. He's a finisher. He's got some power. All the things you look for, except he is really speed deficient. He ran a 5.03 at his pro day at SMU. He just doesn't have the measurables that you look for. But clearly, clearly the Rams, who run the 3-4 scheme, are going to use him as kind of an outside linebacker. Saw the same things I saw on tape. This guy just finds a way to get it done. We'll see if he can hang around that Rams organization on the 53-man roster.
Yeah, well, we move on. The Saints take someone close to home. They take the offensive lineman Will Clapp out of LSU. Yeah, good-sized player, 6'4", 314 pounds. Only ran 4.53, 940. Real short-arm player. Now, the guy's interesting because he's a finesse player who uses good initial quickness to get position. So what that means is he's just going to get his body in between his defender and the hole, and he does a good job of then competing long enough in order for running backs to then get to the second level. Look, he had some trouble as far as pass protection with guys like Taven Bryan when he played against Florida. Did a good job against Daron Payne for the most part. Was able to compete. But this is a guy who plays very tall, gets a little bit too stiff in terms of his movement style, and once you extend him down
the field, that's where his value starts to go downhill. But he's a great competitor. He's one position player. He's just going to play center in the league.
Well, the interesting thing here is this one we do know. Will Clapp was a permanent captain at LSU. His father, Tommy, led it on the defensive line at LSU from 84 to 87. And he was also named a permanent team captain. Tommy and Will Clapp are the only father-son permanent team captains in the history of LSU football. And his brother, Matt, was a walk-on fullback last year for the Tigers. Do we have another Alabama player?
Yes, sir.
Off the board. That makes 12.
Josh Frazier, the defensive tackle of the Pittsburgh Steelers, bring him in as a 7th-round pick. Now, he was a 4-year player at Alabama. Saw time in 42 games. 2017, played all 14 games senior year. Never started. No production, really. 28 tackles, 2 sacks, 4.5 tackles for loss. This guy is a space eater, a classic space eater. He's massive, Mel. He's 6'3", 321 pounds. He's got 34.5-inch arms, big hands. He latches on. He's going to take up space. Not going to make any plays for you, but he's going to occupy space. I think he comes in and he battles Daniel McCullers and sees if he can get that backup job behind Javon Hargrave as the nose tackle and that 3-4 defense for the Steelers.
Yeah, what you think about is Alabama with all the talent they have. We're backed up tight. Say it was a Kentucky, another program in the SEC. He would be a starter. He would be probably a more highly rated player. So they're saying, okay, we can bring a kid in who didn't able to get a lot of playing time there as a starter, but it was just because it's Alabama. How many players they have drafted now? 12. Yeah, a dozen players drafted from Nick Saban. Nick Saban, known him for a long time. We know he wins championships, but the ability to develop players and coach them up and get them ready, this is year in and year out. This doesn't end. The SEC in general never ends. And everybody wants to take shots at the SEC. And, hey, they always take shots at the best, Lou. Absolutely. They're the best for a reason, and you can tell that every draft day, 1, 2, and 3. But how many Alabama, how many SEC players keep just flying off the board here? All right, we got another quarterback off the board. Staying in the AFC North, the Bengals take quarterback Logan Woodside, Mel. Yeah, I compared him earlier to Case Keenum, and I really believe he's about a timing touch passer, can move around enough, just has a lot of grit to his game. He just he understands it. He gets the most out of what he has. There's a place for these guys, and obviously putting up numbers in that conference with an offense that can score. Unfortunately, he hadn't even had the injuries of one of his top receivers. You're talking about a kid who throws the ball accurately, can, I think, expand the field enough, just enough arm strength. I'll say he's going to be Case Keenum once he's in the league.
Yeah, he's a gym rat. Best tape I thought was against Miami. Really played really well early in the season against that Miami Hurricane defense and gave a lot of teams trouble. Now, here's a tech guy. I really like this guy. I think he's got a chance to stick in the league. Watch this play here. It's a double post concept. He's going to see the high-end safety, the top safety is going to bail out. Climbs the pocket, feels the pressure. His instinct, instead of bailing to the right or left, when you get outside pressure, you got to climb the pocket, keep your eyes down the field, and then locate your receiver, throws the ball kind of on the move, but with good technique, and throws a strike. Then full field progressions. He does this. You look at this offense, and it's up-tempo, it's shotgun, but he does go through full field progressions. You see him working one, then to the left, and then all the way back to the right side and throws accurately. So, to me, I thought Woodside might even come off the board a little bit earlier. He's got a lot of ability. He doesn't have the prototypical size. He's only 6'1", 213 pounds, but I wouldn't bet against this guy. This guy hanging around for a few years and becoming a good backup in the NFL. I really believe he has it. He has what you look for the mental makeup and the competitiveness, and he put up some big-time numbers in this offense. 4-to-1 touchdown interception ratio and was 29-10 as a starter at Toledo.
Well, look, 10,514 passing yards, the Rockets' all-time leading passer. And again, 93 touchdowns, as you said, almost 4-to-1, 25 interceptions. So it may be the offense, but he ran that offense very, very, very well. Okay. We're now up to pick 251. We're in the final 5 picks of the draft. The Chargers are now making that selection. The Chargers, of course, went heavy on the defense in the first few picks of the draft, trying to shore up what was been the middle of the field, the soft underbelly for them, which was difficult. They picked up a couple of offensive players in the later rounds of this draft. And now the question becomes, where do we think they go at 251? Really? Well, hold on. Don't even go there. Here comes the announcement. Let's go inside and listen to what the Chargers are going to do.
I was going to make a prediction.
Now you will.
With the 251st pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, that is always in my heart. San Diego Chargers select Justin Jackson, running back, Northwestern. And Cowboy fans, prenden la vela. We'll see you in the Super Bowl. Pero puro Chargers, carnal. Yeah, puro Chargers. We'll see you in the Super Bowl.
All right, that's enough. Justin Jackson, the Wildcats' all-time leading rusher with 5,440 yards. He's an interesting dude, and he also is bilingual.
They had balance at that offense.
Salut, je m'appelle Justin Jackson et je suis un joueur de foot en terminé à Northwestern. Mon sous-spécialité est français et ici est French 101 en français. The ball carrier, le porteur du ball. Stéphane, bras tendu. Yards after contact, les mètres après le contact. Highlight, un temps fort. Give me the ball. Donnez-moi le football américain. Clayton. Touchdown. Touchdown.
One last thing about him. When he was young, there was a huge Christmas present under the tree. They couldn't wait to open it, he and his brother. It was a mop and a bucket. His dad basically saying, you get nothing in free for this life, you gotta work for it. Justin Jackson has worked his way into the draft, going to the LA Chargers. Just a few picks left. Who will be Mr. Irrelevant 2018? I want to jump in that water with you, kid. Trust me, stay with us.
Any comment on the lemons and limes and the ice and crisp and cool and the refreshment in cutting through thirst in tonight's Sprite commercial?
Definitely.
Let me guess, another spring event. Wrong. It's the Honda Dream Garage spring event. But it ends soon. If you hurry, you can get a deal on Honda's amazing vehicles, and take it from me, these are all pretty amazing. Oh, look, it's my amazingly amazing Honda IndyCar, which is a great segue for me to say race into the Honda Dream Garage spring event. Seriously, go fast. I mean, speed limit fast.
The Honda Dream Garage spring event is ending soon. You could get a great deal on a Honda vehicle at your local Honda dealer.
You sandwiches seem to love my new mayonnaise.
It's amazing.
He doesn't seem so amazed.
I'm not worried.
Sandwiches can't resist the great taste of Heinz. Introducing deliciously creamy Heinz Real Mayonnaise.
DiGiorno pizza bakes fresh in your own oven and travels straight to your table.
Unlike delivery that goes from oven to box to bag to car to traffic to wrong houses. Nobody delivers a piping hot and crispy crust like a DiGiorno pizza. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
Make your morning a little better. Mix and match 2 of these McDonald's breakfast sandwiches for just $4. Like the Bacon, Egg, and Cheese McGriddles, the Sausage McMuffin with egg, or the Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Biscuit. Start your morning with a delicious deal. Breakfast at McDonald's.
Rodgers from the 42 of New York, 4th down and 2. And downfield, scrambles right. Now, winds up, rainbows into the end zone. It is
Need a change of scenery?
This is my Toyota RAV4. It's more tech-savvy than I am. It comes standard with Toyota safety sets. Similar features would cost over $6,000 more in a Nissan Rogue. I don't know tech, but I know a good deal. And for that, I give my RAV4 5 stars.
Tested? Trusted. Toyota. Right now, lease RAV4 with all-wheel drive for just $169 a month. Plus, every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Find your Toyota at buyatoyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Dawn delivers.
Dawn Dodge Chrysler Jeep goes the extra mile for you with great service and savings like these.
Now at Dawn during our spring sales event with just your first month payment down. Lease an 18 Ram Quad Cab 4x4 for $189 a month or an 18 Jeep Compass 4x4 for $229 a month.
Why wait? Stop in and take advantage of these great savings and see how Dawn delivers for you.
Just west of the mall at Grease Ridge on West Ridge Road.
Dawn delivers.
NFL Draft is presented by Courtyard by Marriott.
passion moves us forward. It's how you think. It's how we think. And in part by Pizza Hut, official pizza sponsor of the NFL. And GMC, live like a pro.
Hey, tonight at 7 on ESPN, it's Top Rank Boxing with a loaded card from Philly. Main event features the WBO World Championship fight between undefeated junior featherweights. 12-5-0 American star Jesse Magdaleno versus undefeated challenger from London, 18-0 Isaac Dogbe. That's tonight on ESPN and also streaming live on the ESPN app. All right, we are down to the final pick in the 2018 NFL Draft. Number 256, of course, is always known as Mr. Irrelevant, but there have been some very relevant players that have had pretty decent careers that have been the final pick of the draft. This final pick belongs to the Washington Redskins. And, of course, being the irrelevant pick, you get all kinds of little accoutrements and a parade that go along with it.
Who doesn't want accoutrements?
Well, if accoutrement means a wet shower, at this point I would take it. So we are waiting for that to happen.
Who's your guess, Kuiper?
I have no clue. I don't know who's available.
Oh, yeah, you do. You know who's available for 2019 already.
If Jamarcus King hasn't been picked, I'll go with him. He's 256 on the list.
A shout out to my dad, Paul Salata. And thank you to Dallas and Arlington for hosting us. Gino, we've had a great time. And for Mr. Irrelevant 43, the last selection in the 2018 draft, he'll be coming out to Newport Beach and celebrated at the Balboa Bay Resort. The 256th selection is for the Washington Redskins, Trey Quinn, a wide receiver from SMU. We'll see you in Newport Beach. Congratulations, Mr. Irrelevant. All right.
All right, Trey Quinn.
Games begin.
Trey Quinn is actually an interesting selection. He once threw a no-hitter in the opening round of the 2008 Little League World Series in Williamsport, Pennsylvania for South Lake Charles. His grandfather was the head football coach at McNeese State and Louisiana Monroe. He started his collegiate football career at LSU before transferring now to SMU.
He's anything but irrelevant, Tyler.
Right.
Football player. This kid could have been a fourth-round pick, and nobody would have had a problem with it. I mean, he's productive. 114 receptions this past year, 13 touchdowns, good hands, understands how to get open. And Cortland Sutton, hey, much more talent, no question about it. He goes early, Ty, but Trey Quinn is Mr. Irrelevant, final pick of the draft. Pretty amazing. That's one of the best Mr. Irrelevant we'll find.
His best trait is his ball skills, and I think he's a four-man Golden Tate. I mean, you look at his numbers, 4.55 is an adequate time. He's got big hands, soft hands. He does the dirty work. He goes over the middle of the field. He takes the big hit. He gets up. He's going to create a little bit after the catch. And I thought he did an excellent job tracking the deep ball, adjusting to the ball when it wasn't thrown well. He was getting nothing in at LSU. He was like, you know what? I need to go get some balls thrown my way. Goes to SMU, puts up big numbers.
Yeah, 114 catches, over 1,200 yards, and 13 touchdowns in his one season at SMU. That is very relevant. Not irrelevant at all. So congratulations to Trey Quinn. That's the end of the draft, but stay with us. We're coming right back.
I work hard every day,
How do you want to live? As a decent person? Good husband? Is that it? Good? Of course not. King of the hill? Better. Top of your game? Win. All powerful. Like a boss. Like a pro. We couldn't agree more. We are professional grade. Step up to GMC with over $10,500 total value on a specially equipped Sierra SLT Crew Cab model when you finance through GM Financial. We are professional grade. GMC.
To a realm beyond your own.
The road ahead is long and unforgiving. On our journey, we will be attacked by all manner of creatures. No place for a boy. makes me a warrior.
Rated M for mature.
PlayStation. He drops back. He's looking deep. The ball is in the air and caught. Touchdown! This team is sizzling hot.
Get 2 medium Pizza Hut pizzas for just $5.99 each. Official pizza sponsor of the NFL. No one out pizzas the Hut.
Your heart doesn't only belong to you. And if you have heart failure, entrusting your heart to Entresto may help. Entresto is a heart failure medicine that helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. In the largest heart failure study ever, Entresto was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital compared to a leading heart failure medicine. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto and help make more tomorrows possible. Entresto for heart failure.
Sports is our thing. And the app gets it. And now, with ESPN Plus, we get all sports. We're good? We stream live games, binge our shows, and we replay the replays. We're just two best friends that can't get enough sports.
Well, now officially the 2018 NFL Draft here at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, is in the books. Look, one of the things that makes this such a fun experience for us here at ESPN is so many of the players that hope to hear their name called in the draft allow us to be a part of the journey with them, and we appreciate that. They invite us into their homes to chronicle their ups and downs and hopefully the moment when they get drafted. And we're very respectful of that, and we're very thankful for the opportunity to do that and share their journey. Unfortunately, 5 players allowed us to do that, and they did not get drafted. And we'd like to personally extend our thanks to them for letting us chronicle what happened to them, and hopefully they'll all be signed as undrafted free agents. That would be quarterback Riley Ferguson out of Memphis, Champ Chandler, the defensive back out of Temple, Michael Joseph, the defensive back out of Dubuque, Akram Wadley, the running back out of Iowa, and Clint Flowers, the quarterback out of South Florida. Our heartfelt thanks for letting us come into your homes and be a part of your draft day experience. I know it didn't end up the way you wanted it to, but hopefully you will find your way onto NFL rosters through the free agent process. And again, thanks for letting us be a part of it.
Sometimes it's better, if you're going to be a 7th-round pick, you'd almost rather be a priority free agent because you now have a little bit of input in the decision. So if there are 5 teams trying to recruit you to come, as you well know, you can make the decision. You can look with your agent and see what's the best situation for me.
And if you outperform your contract, you can renegotiate it faster.
Yep.
Just remember that.
That's true.
Look, one of those guys we chronicled for the entire draft that didn't get drafted was Danny Woodhead out of Chadron State. And look what happened. He went on to have an unbelievable career with a bunch of different teams. So this is not the end. This is just the beginning of part of the process for you guys to all be a part of the NFL, and we wish all of you nothing but the best.
Think about Trey Quinn, Mr. Irrelevant. Wes Welker went undrafted. Danny Amendola went undrafted. Cole Beasley. The list goes on and on. I mean, that's why you say there's a lot of hope for those kids that know they can play and have the confidence to go into a training camp and win a job.
This is an imperfect science. I think we can all understand.
It used to be 17 rounds, right? Back in the day.
Think about that. Johnny Unitas was what, a 15th rounder?
I don't know that we can take 10 more rounds today.
All right, so let's do this. Now that this draft is in the books, Mel, Todd, as we asked you to do, who's going first in 2019?
You know what? It's going to be a defensive line-dominated draft if the guys come out. Ed Oliver from Houston is a heck of a player. You think about a guy like Nick Bosa at Ohio State. Drew Lock, quarterback at Missouri with that big arm at Missouri. You had an A.J. Brown, wide receiver at Ole Miss, and Greg Little, offensive tackle at Ole Miss, or Rashawn Gary, defensive lineman at Michigan, and Greedy Williams, the cornerback at LSU. So Dexter Lawrence, that big defensive tackle at Clemson. Clelin Ferrell, the defensive end. Austin Bryant at Clemson, defensive end.
Clemson could have 3 defensive linemen drafted in the first 2 rounds, and then Bryant could be a little bit later. So they're loaded again. Not surprising.
Is Kipe a machine or what? Yeah, exactly. You see those names he just rolled out? Can we put his picture up one more time just for old time's sake? That picture.
On Monday, he was calling me. What are you doing next year? What's your mock draft? What's going on in 2019?
The Kipe's never
slow down, Kipe.
The Mel Kiper never sleeps. That much we know. And again, 35th
35th anniversary of you working with us.
You'll never do anything better than this hair, though.
Again, one last time, thank you so much to all the people behind the scenes that make this possible for us to be out here and do what we do. For all of us here in Arlington, I'm Trey Wingo. That does it for the 2018 NFL Draft. Up next on ESPN, stay tuned for Top Rank Boxing on ABC, local news, or world news tonight.
Playing games, money on my mind, I'm kicking and taking names. He's on, get out the kitchen if you can't handle the flames. I'm hustling on more to win, ain't never gonna change. Buckle up, Buttercup, cause ain't nobody knowing what's really going down tonight. With the first pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Baker Mayfield. Saquon Barkley, Sam Darnold, Denzel Ward, Bradley Shaw, Josh Allen, Josh Rosen.
I was pretty pissed off by Bell. There are 9 mistakes made ahead of me. They will know that they made a mistake.
The Dallas Cowboys select Leighton Vander Esch.
I've been wanting to play here since day one, Dallas. We got Super Bowls to win, baby.
Please welcome Ryan Shazier.
The Pittsburgh Steelers select Terrell Edmonds.
What is he? They gonna talk about me.
Were you a BG? What was that?
Hey, Dallas, the last time you were in the Super Bowl, these draft picks weren't born.
It'll be a Cardinal.
Make way for me. You know I'm gonna be legendary. Make way for me. You know I'm gonna be legendary. Are you ready? Make way for me.
Dallas Seahawks select Shaquem Griffin. Linebacker, Central Florida.
You're watching 13 Wham ABC.
An alleged computer breach strikes Congress that you've probably never heard of it. On the next Full Measure.
Sunday on 13 Wham ABC and Fox Rochester. You're watching 13 Wham ABC. And this is 13 Wham News at 6.
An early morning tragedy.
Then we need some additional units. Who's been struck by a vehicle.
Livingston County deputies searching for the driver who hit and killed a man walking down a Geneseo road. And in Rochester,
Somebody broke into the house, got unknown age male with gunshot.
police are investigating an early morning homicide. Good evening, I'm Kelsey Smith. That homicide investigation shutting down part of Sherwood Avenue for hours today. Rochester police continuing their investigation tonight. We will continue to follow this developing story and bring you updates as they become available. Now to Livingston County. Friends say the man killed on Route 63 in Geneseo this morning was an alumni of the college there. As SoChM's Antoinette Del Bell reports, someone driving down that stretch of road saw him before he was hit and called 911.
Kelsey, it was that call that sent deputies to Route 63 around 3 this morning. But when they got there, a man had already been hit and no vehicle was in sight. A call for help.
You check the area of 63 in front of the college. Have a report of a male walking in the roadway.
The sheriff says a passerby made the 911 call that sent his deputies to this stretch of road, but it was too late.
Patrols were on scene within minutes and found the gentleman deceased in the road.
This just off SUNY Geneseo's campus. Route 63 was shut down for several hours as deputies tried to figure out how this happened.
The person who struck this gentleman did leave the scene, so we're working to identify the vehicle and that person.
Deputies say the man killed was in his mid-20s. Friends tell us he graduated from SUNY Geneseo a few years ago and was a member of a fraternity there. According to the college, this weekend is Alumni Weekend Spring Fest.
A lot of alumni come. It's a pretty big thing here at Geneseo.
Terrence Nichols is a sophomore at Geneseo. He didn't know the victim, but is still saddened by the news.
That's very unfortunate. It's tough to hear. You never want to see stuff like that happen, and it's tough, especially with the tight community like this, so it's tough to see.
The Livingston County Sheriff's Office is asking anyone who may have information or video surveillance to call their office at 243-7100. In the newsroom, I'm Antoinette Delbell.
A 4-day manhunt is over in Maine. An accused cop killer in custody tonight. 29-year-old John Williams was wanted in connection to the shooting death of Sheriff's Corporal Eugene Cole. Authorities found tracks this week in the area of a remote camp where Williams was found.
Tonight, the citizens of Somerset County can sleep well, know that a dangerous man has been taken off the streets.
More than 200 law enforcement officers had to be involved in this manhunt. We had a bit of spring weather earlier this week, and now we're seeing rainy skies, rainy, wet grounds, and from what meteorologist Mark McLean is telling us, I hope you didn't put your winter coats away.
Kelsey, boots tomorrow? No, you're not going to need the boots tomorrow, but the rain's going to get a little thick tomorrow, if you know what I mean. Right now, we're getting away from some of those showers from earlier today. There they are, off to the east of Rochester. Interesting to note here, check this out right here, south of Albany, actually getting a line of thunder showers that's moving out through the Catskills up towards Massachusetts now. But that cold front now drifting off to the east of Rochester ensures that it will be a colder scenario heading into Sunday. Now, here's what happens. Watch the Futurecast. There's some snow showers after midnight tonight. I just want to put it out there, folks, that we do not expect any real accumulation near Rochester. Maybe a little coating on grassy surfaces, maybe on the car windshield. And I think that's going to be the extent of it. We will drop through the 40s into the mid-30s by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. I will tell you when we flip seasons coming up in just a few minutes.
Mark, thank you. The community effort to combat addiction is coming together at a Greece church today. County leaders, first responders, and the church's United to Combat Addictions event working together to better equip and support families affected by the opioid epidemic. In Monroe County, an average of 3 people overdose on heroin or another form of opioids every day. Sheriff Todd Baxter says there is a sphere of influence to stopping addiction, and churches are a key part of breaking down the stigma.
As law enforcement, we're going to do our part. We're going to arrest the drug dealers. We're going to get people that need help in the treatment. We're going to help the family members that are with the loved ones that are stuck in the addictive cycle. But there's a very important spiritual component to this that people need to think about, and that's what we're here to talk about today.
That event taking place on National Drug Take Back Day. Many places in the area giving people the opportunity to drop off their unused or expired prescription drugs today, including the Irondequoit Police Department, which had a drive-through station set up. The day aims to provide a responsible way for people to dispose of opioids. And if you missed today, people can find local places to dispose of their medications properly online as well at clearlyourcabinet.com. Students building a different kind of shelter for the homeless in Rochester today. This is a shelter designed on a computer. It's being put together by a group of high school students from Steuben County at the House of Mercy. They hope this is just the start of a partnership.
Support has been fantastic. We really hope that this project is going to be the start of a relationship for the long term and kind of tackling the issue of homelessness together as a team.
This project comes as the House of Mercy is taking in people who are evicted from a homeless encampment on Spectrum's property on South Avenue earlier this week. Spectrum says it has helped the majority of the homeless find a place to stay. There are still a few people living there. Coming up, hundreds of balloons released in England earlier today. We'll tell you who they were in honor of. Plus, meteorologist Mark McLean says winter wants to give spring a parting shot. He'll show you when summer comes back or starts, because we want that, right? After the break.
Every sofa, love-seat, chair, and recliner is made in America and on sale now at Mount Morris Furniture.
Someday, you'll have the backyard oasis you've always dreamed of, with plenty of time to relax and soak it all in.
Wait a minute. Your someday is today at Clover with 10 spa models under $39.99 during Clover's Someday sale. With such a large selection, the lowest price in the USA guaranteed, and 12 months interest-free financing, you'll find the spa you've always wanted someday. Today. We have
You're just moments away from an hour-by-hour forecast to help you plan your day. Trust 13 Wham News and the Weather Authority.
Shopping for a car? How do you know you're getting the best?
Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's best overall brand.
Will your decision cost you down the road?
Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's lowest 5-year cost to own.
Is it a brand you can trust?
Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand. Put Subaru on your list.
PJ Masks Live. Time to be a hero tour. This Sunday, 2 shows, 1 and 4 p.m. at the Kodak Center. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. PJ Masks Live.
Rock City Furniture.
Rock City Furniture offers the best financing on living room, dining, and bedroom sets. Get 1 year interest-free, free layaway, plus we deliver on the same day.
Rock City Furniture.
Download the new 13 Wham News app now. It's updated to provide essential news and information fast. Sponsored by Vision Automotive.
Someone You Should Know is sponsored by Monroe Community College.
A British toddler at the center of a high-profile legal battle over life support has died. Alfie Evans died overnight, days after his parents took him off life support. He had been in a semi-vegetative state for more than a year and was kept alive by artificial ventilation. Hundreds of balloons were released in England in memory of Alfie. Stormy Daniels' civil case against President Donald Trump and his personal attorney Michael Cohen is on hold for now. A California judge has halted her lawsuit for 90 days while the criminal investigation into Cohen continues in New York. Tom Brokaw has withdrawn as the commencement speaker for Sacred Heart University. The longtime journalist reportedly decided to step away from the event to not distract from the focus of graduating students. His decision comes in the wake of sexual harassment allegations made against him by his former colleague, Linda Vester.
Well, I understand it's probably not what you want to see on the 28th of April, and especially on a weekend, considering the weekend that we just had with full sunshine. But there's the clouds, the headlines here as we head down the road. Winter throws us one more punch here late tonight into Sunday. I think we'll find some snow showers, but folks, don't expect any widespread accumulation near Rochester. That's the good part. Taste of summer next week. We're going to move these numbers back through the 70s into the 80s. So let's check it out here. The next system that we've got our eye on is actually right over the area right now. There's low pressure. There's the cold front to the south of Rochester. And what we're experiencing at this point is that west to northwest flow that's going to be pushing in colder temperatures here through the overnight tonight. So as you expect here, with that, we'll find some rain showers as the temperature's still in the 30s. But as that temperature drops into the low 30s, we'll start to mix in some snow showers here by the time you wake up tomorrow morning. So it's one of those ones where you're sipping the coffee tomorrow morning and looking out the window, seeing those snow showers. But I don't think it's going to accumulate close to Rochester, and the hills possibly. Their swirl moves off to the east out through New England.
Wait a minute.
Sure, this is 4 o'clock in the morning Monday, but as that high starts to move to the south of Rochester, what we'll see is that warm flow, that southwest flow, take over Monday into Tuesday, and that's really going to move some of the numbers. But before we get there, I just wanted to give you some reassurance here. The Futurecast snow amounts in the hills, a half inch of sloppy wet snow above 1,500 feet in Dansville. Rochester, we're just not going to see it. The cold air moves out after that. The high temperature forecast, suitable on Monday, 62, 73 on Tuesday, and if you like the warm weather, you're going to have to remember where the shorts are. By Wednesday, we're at 79 degrees, and maybe even get some thunderstorms into play by Thursday and Friday. We'll see about that. Numbers by next weekend do drop back, but the forecast still looks fairly decent. HD Wham Camp 43 now. That's the sign of change with that west-northwest wind at 13. Watch your neighborhood forecast. We're in the 30s tomorrow morning. Lunchtime number it's still in the 30s. It's just going to be one of these days, folks. I think by the afternoon, we'll gradually move back to the mid-40s, but it is going to be a late-day high temperature tomorrow. Look at Leroy at 43 and Avon at 42. So hour by hour tonight, a couple of more showers move in, especially after midnight tonight. We'll start to mix in some wet snow showers 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. We're in the mid-30s at that time. And I think the low temperature tonight winds up at about 34 degrees. So it's blustery. It's winter's parting shots. And by the afternoon, the high temperature winds up at 45. More like March tomorrow. But we'll get back to June weather here on the extended. Tuesdays at 73, Wednesdays at 79, and you see after that thing straighten out. Kelsey, it's not snow, it's a thick rain.
A thick rain, yeah. I guess tomorrow is Mother Nature saying all those shows that you want to binge watch, do it on Sunday, and then you won't
some spring
be able to
cleaning
get out.
The inside stuff, because we'll be outside soon.
No, I'm sorry, this weather just makes me want to sit on the couch.
It does for a lot of folks.
But sunshine is coming.
It is. Yep, Monday,
At least
Monday,
that's what
Tuesday.
you're saying.
Yep.
Okay, thanks, Mark.
You can hold me to it.
Okay, we'll do. We all are holding you to it. Coming up, how a local event combined fun with autism awareness.
Make a community connection. Log on to 13web.com to learn about this and other events.
You'll enjoy summer, come rain or come shine, with one of our custom motorized awnings. Practical, beautiful, affordable. See us now for special spring savings.
Red tags are popping up throughout Metro Mattress, and our red tag deals can't be beat. Like this queen mattress, now $199.
That's right. Red tags are up to 50% off, and you'll find red tag savings of up to $200, $400, even $500 off. Like this Ultra Plush Queen mattress, now just $699. Plus, take 60 months to pay interest-free on any Tempur-Pedic mattress and get free delivery.
So hurry into Metro Mattress or MetroMattress.com before all the red tags disappear.
There's a moment in your bones when the fire takes over.
Life has a million trails. The Jeep Grand Cherokee was built for all of them. Well-qualified lessees of competitive full-size SUVs get this low margins on the 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee for $229 a month.
Experience. It matters in local news reporting, creating context, helping you arrive at informed outcomes.
It matters in caring for community, shining light on key trends while upholding honored traditions.
It matters in building relationships and breaking down barriers to ensure that all viewpoints get heard.
The power of experience. It's the power of 13 Wham News, and it matters.
They integrate seamlessly into your home. Retractable shades that protect you from insects and the sun's heat. Now you see them, now you don't. See us now for special spring savings.
As Autism Awareness Month winds down, Irondequoit Police and other first responders are giving families with children on the spectrum a chance to interact with them in a non-emergency situation. Members of the Irondequoit Police Department, Fire Department, and Ambulance Service were on hand today at an Autism Awareness Family Day, creating a fun and educational experience for families. The Autism Council of Rochester says events like this are a great step in the right direction.
I think with the incident with young Travion Rowe, now our community really knows more about autism that maybe they didn't know in the past. And I think there's an appreciation for, first responders and law enforcement now and how important it is to know about interacting with people who are on the spectrum.
The programs that we have here, this was one event in a year-round process to have more inclusion for everybody in our community on the spectrum, certainly as well included. So that being said, we're going to continue our efforts. We're going to keep moving forward.
Local organizations were also at the event to provide tips and resources to families that have loved ones on the spectrum. Toby is joining us now with sports.
Yes, the Buffalo Bills finally wrapped up their 3 days at the NFL draft. We'll give it a grade, subject to change in the next 3 to 50 years. And one of the draft's best stories just got better. Where Shaq Griffin landed and who was waiting for him when he got there.
Dr. Phil, weekdays at 4 on 13 Wham ABC.
Bring in spring at Hazleton Chevrolet with true sign and drive leases. Lease a 4x4 2018 Chevy Silverado Double Cab, remote start, and more. $299 a month with absolutely nothing down. This month during Hazleton's Bring in Spring sales event. Hazleton Chevrolet is the place. Trusted since 1920.
Yanni, Acropolis 25, the 25th anniversary live tour. May 15th at the Rochester Auditorium Theater. Yanni, Acropolis 25. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster and the box office.
Spectrum TV, Internet, and Voice gives you everything you need for wherever you are in life. Like, let's say you're a bachelor. You love sports, live sports. But your girlfriend, she loves movies. Spectrum TV gives you free HD and free on-demand for $29.99 a month. Call 844-558-2999. Now, let's say you get married.
Oh, yeah,
you need
I
a
know.
house. No, a bigger house. Because you've got a
I'm going to have it on here in a little bit. I'm still going to play my game.
Family, you need the power devices that make your home smarter. So you need the fastest internet starting speeds for the price. With Spectrum Internet, you get 100 megabits with a free modem. Search, stream, and game for $29.99 a month. Call 844-558-2999. Plus, call your brother in Puerto Rico or Canada. With Spectrum Voice, you can call more countries worldwide with unlimited calling for $29.99 a month. So no matter where you are in life, Spectrum gives you everything you need. Get Spectrum TV, Internet, and Voice for $29.99 a month each with no contracts. Call 844-558-2999.
Share in our celebration of the newly expanded Birdhouse. Browse our unique gift and garden treasures for loved ones, kids, or anyone who enjoys nature, birds, gardening, and charming garden decor. The Birdhouse, 3035 Monroe Avenue. Stop in today.
You do realize I'm actually here to report someone who's putting patients in danger. I'm just starting to realize how far Lane's willing to go.
Monday at 9 on Fox Rochester. Bring in spring at Hazleton Chevrolet with true sign and drive leases. Lease the extremely fuel-efficient all-wheel drive Chevrolet Trax for $219 a month with absolutely nothing down. This month during Hazleton's Bring in Spring sales event. Hazleton Chevrolet is the place. Trusted since 1920.
Now, 13 Wham Sports, driven by Bob Johnson Chevrolet.
Well, the Bills had a whole lot of needs coming into this year's draft, and they filled some of those with a quarterback, linebacker, and defensive tackle on days 1 and 2. Day 3 went with the best available formula, and they started the final day of the draft by picking Taron Johnson in the 4th round, who you may know is this guy who got plunked in the head looking the wrong way at the NFL Combine. Now, to his credit, he got back up, finished the drill, and had a good enough weekend to get himself picked in a pretty good position. Now, the Bills hoping he competes for a job as a slot corner right away. They had 5 picks in total over the final 4 rounds. In addition to Johnson, they went with another defensive back, Saron Neal, in round 5. Then came a couple of needs. Guard Wyatt Teller later in round 5. Then 2 straight receivers in round 6 and 7. Ray McLeod of Clemson and North Carolina's Austin Prohl, son of former NFL receiver Ricky Prohl. Now, if I'm going to give the Bills a draft grade right now, I'm going B+. If Josh Rosen is better than Josh Allen, that immediately falls to a D or worse. But we aren't going to know that for 4 years or more. For now, I'm going to give Buffalo credit for getting the guy they think will become the franchise QB, and especially their next 2 picks, Tremaine Edmonds and Harrison Phillips. Would have liked to see them do a little more at receiver and on the offensive line, but all in all, a decent draft for now. I am going to give the Seattle Seahawks an A+, and for one reason. They drafted Shaquem Griffin in the 4th round today. Griffin, a one-handed linebacker from Central Florida, becomes the first such player drafted into the league. Even more incredible, he's going to join his twin Shaquille in Seattle. Going back to high school, Shaquille was a University of Miami commit, but decommitted when the Hurricanes declined to offer Shaquem a scholarship. They both went to UCF. Now they're both teammates again.
It's going to bring out everything we ever wanted. I mean, it's everything we prayed for. It's everything we worked for. It's everything we stayed true to who we are. And now that I got the opportunity to be back with him, it's only going to mean greatness. I'm a little emotional right now, but man, everything that he has been through and everything he accomplished, man, it's just the beginning, and I'm so proud of him, and man, just to see us make it this far and see where he's going and where he's about to go, man, it's a humbling experience, and I'm definitely enjoying the ride.
Enjoy the ride, indeed. And the one benefit to having the NHL's worst record,
you have the best chance at striking gold in the NHL draft lottery. That best chance, of course, belongs to the Buffalo Sabres tonight. The top 3 picks will be announced during the second period of the San Jose-Las Vegas playoff game. Game 1 of the series between Tampa Bay and Boston in the books. Bruins up 3-2 in the third. Brad Marchand. Love to hate him, but he's very, very good. It's 4-2 Boston. Then it's Marchand again, spinning, finding Patrice Bergeron. Bruins barely escaped Toronto in the first round, but they cruised past the Lightning in Game 1 today. 6-2. Little baseball. Red Wings visiting the Chiefs today. James Ramsey going to get the scoring started for Rochester. Base hit to right field, run coming across makes it 1-0 Wings. That would be enough for big Aaron Slager's 6 shutout innings and getting some help from left fielder Jake Cave on the pop-up. Not great base running here. Hey, go get him at first base. Double play for the Wings. They beat Syracuse 2-0 today. Hey, the Rochester Nighthawks had the same situation that they had a week ago, only this time it's their last chance. Win the regular season finale in Buffalo, and the Hawks are in the playoffs. That game just about to get started. We have some high school lacrosse as well. The Victor boys getting their makeup game on today against Corning Painted Post. This one's scheduled for early season, but, you know, snow. First quarter, Blue Devils. First shot saved, but Syracuse commit Cam Hay plucking it out of the air and finishing the job. And then in the second, Sam Lambert leaving his defender in the dust. Long pass to Hay. Turn, fire, give him another goal. Victor tried to make a statement today after a loss last week, and they did. Mitchell Kane. They roll past Corning today, 14-3. Fairport Red Raiders at home taking on a Section 4 opponent in Ithaca. First quarter, quick Fairport passing. Frees up Clay Stuver, letting it rip from way outside for the goal. Then later on in the first, Stuver going to keep it a little longer than before. And to Brennan Maloney. And Section 5 just dominating Section 4 in these 2 matchups today. Reese Burick's going to get him some as well. Red Raiders would pull way away. They take it 17-5. Section 5 alum Palmac grad Ben Reeves, a Tewaaraton front runner and a star for #1 Yale, putting the boots to Harvard today. Late first half, Reeves still without a goal at this point. Well, that changed. Ain't strike much quicker than that in the third quarter. His second goal, it's 9-2, and he wasn't done. The man is as big as a horse compared to those around him. 4th straight game with a hat trick for Reeves. Yale still #1, 16-8. And speaking of #1, the MCC women trying to stay undefeated and atop the rankings, taking on Erie Community College. First half, Mackenzie Stordo off the free position to Maddie Finger for the goal. And not long after that, Kenzie Donahue dips low into a crowd. They were up by 12 goals, and that would grow by even more. Sotenario Hearn getting on her horse down the middle of the field, gets it to Brockport product Emma Moulton. Yeah, MCC, they're #1 and good, 24-5. They haven't lost in like 2 years.
Wow.
So they're good.
That was more a game of resilience. We've all been playing in terrible weather, and who's been playing better?
I know.
Yeah.
Honestly, compared to what we saw 2 weeks ago, today was not that bad, but last weekend was better.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Toby. Mark is back with a final check of that forecast after the break.
Make a community connection. Log on to 13wham.com to learn about this and other events.
This is the biggest one ever. I gotta get there. I gotta get there somehow, man. I need the transportation. I know he's doing deals. This is gonna be huge. Nobody's stopping. Oh man. Oh man. Anybody. Maybe this trucker. I don't know. Help me! Help me! Huge!
Rent changed Broadway forever. How? Now, the show that won the Tony Award for Best Musical and the Pulitzer Prize for Drama returns to the stage in an electrifying 20th anniversary tour. Feel the joy of this timeless and inspiring story. There's no day but today to experience Rent. No day but today. No day but today. Coming to RBTL's Auditorium Theater May 1st to the 6th.
The right car, the right dealer, the right price. At Vanderstein Toyota, we want to earn your business. How do we do that? By offering Vanderstein specials each month, like a 2018 Camry LE sign and drive lease for $311 per month, or with $2,000 cash or trade, just $253 per month. Once you test drive one, you'll know why Camry is one of the best-selling cars in America. So go online, do your research, then check out Vanderstein.com for specials on RAV4, Camry, CHR, and Corolla. Vanderstein Toyota on Ridge Road West.
It's the Ram Spring Sales Event. So long live the trucks with best-in-class 30,000 pounds of fifth-wheel towing and class-exclusive features like coil-link suspension for a smooth ride and Ram box storage. Long live growth and new beginnings. Hurry in during the Ram Spring Sales Event.
Well-qualified lessees of competitive vehicles get a low-mileage lease on the 2018 Ram 1500 for $149 a month.
13 Wham News, Rochester's #1 news source.
Temperature drops through the 30s. That thick rain arrives after midnight. No accumulation near Rochester. High temperature tomorrow back in the mid-40s.
But we get a new 4-letter word next week.
Yeah.
Warmth.
That's it.
Or warm.
I was like, that would be 6 letters.
I can't count. Sports guy, tell us about numbers and things.
Chambers, hopefully they get the #1 pick
There you go. Thank you all for joining us. We'll be on Fox Rochester after the game and on ABC at 11 o'clock. Have a good night. And I'm going to learn counting.
1.
Enjoy summer, come rain or come shine, with one of our custom motorized awnings. Practical, beautiful, affordable. See us now for special spring savings.
Every sofa, love seat, chair, and recliner is made in America and on sale now at Mount Morris Furniture.
Extra, weekdays at 12:30 on 13 Wham ABC.
Remember, we were starting this whole thing when it was the 300 sale. South Jeff Center. Oh, my God. Folks, I've never been so excited about the Usathon, but I'm trying to text everybody, give them a text message about Usathon 2000, and unbelievable. So back from Florida, here to tell you about it. Unbelievable Usathon. Can you guys hold it down a little bit? This is serious stuff. We're getting ready to kick off Usathon. I say this is Usathon, and everybody's life might be about to change. That's right, it's Usathon, and everybody's gonna get huge.
Let William Matar be your #1 choice to call after a motor vehicle crash. The firm with the Focus is always ready to help, even nights, weekends, and holidays. Hurt in a car? Call William Matar.
Get the hole-in-one golf book and experience the phenomenal golf that upstate New York has to offer.
They integrate seamlessly into your home. Retractable shades that protect you from insects and the sun's heat. Now you see them, now you don't. See us now for special spring savings.
You're watching 13 Wham ABC.
The following program is a paid commercial which has been paid for by the advertiser whose products and or services are featured in this program.
The Brew House was created to capture and share with you the long history of the Genesee Brewery. The brewery itself isn't half as interesting as the beer and the people who make it. Visit GeneseeBrewhouse.com.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Rochester Press Box presented by the Genesee Brew House. I'm Toby Matika from 13 Wham Sports, back in Bill Pucko's seat for the week. Joined, as always, 13 Wham Sports, Mike Catalana. Good to be back. 96.5 WCMF, Pat Duffy, or Pat Scruffy. You know the dad joke that I made that you didn't laugh at. You did it again, though. So here we are. Here we are now. I keep slinging them. Anthony Lapani, former state championship football coach and former athletic director Ron DeCoit. Thank you for being here as well.
My honor.
And I want to get into that a little bit. The word former attached to it. You're a younger guy. May seem a little early, but there's a big reason that you decided to give that up, right?
There is, and obviously the biggest reason is family. You know, when you have a significant medical event, like I refer to it, it's you find out what's pretty important in your life, and quite frankly, the hours. You know, we all work a lot of hours, but the athletic directors, specifically around here in Rochester, Monroe County, you're clocking 16, 18-hour days sometimes, and the night commitments are difficult. I have a young family. I have 4 daughters that are extremely busy in their own athletic careers. So I was fortunate. I went to our leadership in our school district, Jeff Crane and Dr. Tim Terranova, and I said, hey, listen, I've made a decision. I'm going to walk away. Will you support me? And they were phenomenal. They were 100% supportive. They restructured the position, and it's been awesome. You know, I'm spending more time with my own family now, as opposed to spending time with, as much as I love students, I get a chance to spend time with my own kids.
So heart attack, correct? And how old were you when you had that?
45 years old.
Right.
And 2 blockages. One blockage was in the right coronary artery, and the other blockage is still there. It's in the circumflex branch, which is the branch that comes off the left anterior descending artery. So I'm currently living with a blockage, and that was a huge part of the decision too. They tried to get that blockage 3 times, so I was on the table 3 times, and I was too young. I mean, I could have had a bypass if things would have went wrong, but thankfully things didn't. And bypass really isn't an option at this point because I'm so young, and my heart's functioning at a very high level, and I'm able to function at a high level daily.
It seems like there's more of an awareness of this type of thing now, too, in professional sports as well. You're seeing different people walk away entirely. Gary Kubiak, health reasons. He was young to walk away from the game, but he did it anyways. Steve Kerr, Tyronn Lue in the NBA, taking a break. It seems like people are becoming a little more aware of these things, or maybe it's just becoming more acceptable. I mean, what do you guys think about that?
There's 4,000 heart attacks per day in North America. I mean, that's a statistics that's real. So, and heart disease is a foodborne illness. That's what I've learned on my journey the last 2 years. So, you know, it's the common American diet, the way the information's coming to us on a daily basis and how busy we are. It's a big cocktail for disaster. It really is. I mean, we're busy people. Stress plays a role in it. I'm not a doctor, so I don't know the scientific physiology behind that. But I will say, you know, you put it all together and you're not taking care of yourself, and then you have any kind of, you know, genes that point in that direction, these things are happening earlier.
You know what I want to ask you about, because you don't seem like someone who just had something happen to them. You've learned a lot about it. And you're a media guy now? Podcast?
I have no idea what I'm doing.
All right, so I want to know about the podcast.
So this is a great story. So I ice fish, and that was one of the things my wife did not want me. We have a cottage up in the Chameau Bay area, 1,000 Islands, New York. Do a lot of ice fishing. So my good friend Brian and I go ice fishing every year. And he goes, hey, man, did you ever listen to any podcasts? I go, once in a while, but not really. And then that weekend we were ice fishing, and we were listening to different podcasts. And on the way home in the car, I'm like, you know what? I got a story to tell. And I downloaded a podcast on how to make a podcast. And a month later, we launched Heart Attack at Age 45 Alive, which currently, as of today, we have 7,126 downloads.
Wow.
We're across the country and starting to creep throughout the world. And I'm building a nation called the Alive Nation. And we have about 100 subscribers that are listening to interviews and stories from people who have had heart disease or inspirational stories that make the heart happy.
And where can people find this podcast?
You can go to iTunes and just type in Heart Attack in the podcast, the Purple Podcast app. And also, if you have an Android, you can go to Stitcher Radio. And same thing, go to Stitcher app and just type in Heart Attack, it pops right up. Thanks for sharing the story. Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
When we come back, we'll talk Buffalo Bills football, and we'll hear from this guy over here.
Do you want it? Do you want it?
Brewhouse was created to capture and share with you the long history of the Genesee Brewery, one of the largest and continually operating breweries in America.
I couldn't hear you.
Taps with an impressive 41-foot-long bar highlighting our dining area. An outdoor terrace features seating and a rooftop patio overlooking High Falls and the Genesee River Gorge. Try a flight at our tasting bar, where a portion of the proceeds benefit local charities throughout the year.
Are you going to have it?
Visit GeneseeBrewhouse.com.
What?
Are you currently on Medicare? In other words, do you carry the red, white, or blue Medicare card? If so, are you suffering from chronic back pain or knee pain? If you answered yes, you may be eligible for a pain-relieving back brace or knee brace covered by Medicare at little to absolutely no cost to you. Will you qualify for a Medicare-covered back brace or knee brace? There's only one way to find out. Call the Back and Knee Brace Center at 1-800-280-4260.
No idea where I'm
Time now for another pop quiz from Independence University. Commuting to college is A, inconvenient or B, expensive? Both. Learn online at IU and you can study on the couch with your kid, or in a park with your pal, or in the kitchen with your kitten. That's independence. That's Independence University. At IU, you don't go to college. College goes to you. And all your supplies are included. Even a laptop and tablet to use in school. Independence U, for an independent you.
Call 1-800-239-8155.
Watch the Connors and Ferris High School Sports Report. Your complete story for scores, highlights, and more every night on 13 Wham News at 6, 10, and 11.
When it stops ticking, we'll get it talking. Come to Fast Fix, America's leading jewelry and watch repair centers, and let our expert watchmakers get it tick-tocking in no time. Fast Fix Jewelry and Watch Repairs. Expert repairs while you shop. For a location near you, go to fastfix.com.
Current financial news.
Call on the windows, get the news.
This is the sectional that serves the couple that saved Bandit. And this is the mattress that saves Brenda, who just served a double shift. Right now, save up to $300 on select Serta mattress sets. Serve big. Save lots. Big lots.
PJ Masks Live. Time to be a hero tour. This Sunday, 2 shows, 1 and 4 p.m. at the Kodak Center. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. PJ Masks Live.
Share in our celebration of the newly expanded Birdhouse. Browse our unique gift and garden treasures for loved ones, kids, or anyone who enjoys nature, birds, gardening, and charming garden decor. The Birdhouse, 3035 Monroe Avenue. Stop in today.
Many voices, many visions. Sunday mornings at 9 on 13 Wham ABC.
Hurt in the car, call William Matar. The firm with the focus. Call 444-4444.
The Press Box, brought to you in part by Connors and Ferris, your workers' comp attorneys. Call 262-COMP, C-O-M-P, today.
And welcome back to the Rochester Press Box presented by the Genesee Brewhouse. This segment brought to you by Connors and Ferris. And guys, full disclosure, on a Tuesday, the NFL draft happened Thursday through Saturday, so we can't give the exact thoughts on the exact picks that the Buffalo Bills had. But I do want to ask,
6 fewer than he did in the regular season in this series, and he's been outplayed by Terry Rozier.
Yes, he's definitely been out of him today. Middleton's doing his thing. He's averaging 26 in Boston. Greek Freak are doing his thing. But if he can hit shots, if Brogdon can get hit shots, my man Thon May can get hit shots, I'm with Chuck. I like Milwaukee.
Well, if the obviously injuries, that's why a 7 could be the 2, because this isn't the 2 seed as it was constructed. Obviously with Kyrie going down, so yeah, you'd definitely say now it's the level, the playing field's level. They have the best player on the floor, Milwaukee. However, I think Boston has a collection. I just don't think it's 1 or 2 guys. Yeah. I think it's the whole collection.
It is that balance.
It's the collection. Marcus Smart has to come in the game and play well. Larkin has to come in and be steady. Because of when Kyrie goes down, there is no one guy that has to play well. It's a collection, and if any part of that collection doesn't play well, they lose a Game 7.
And it's on their floor, TD Garden, Game 7. Later tonight on TNT. Pelicans and Warriors will get things started. What's the latest on Steph Curry for Game 1? We'll find out from David Aldridge coming up.
I just did 15 years in prison. I'm going to be a positive force in my community. Hell no! I got kids now.
They're with them, I know it. I'm sure they're fine.
I brought you here to show you where you was conceived.
Todd, Amir,
I got this. Hey, you ain't going to be running up. My job is to reintegrate you into society.
you made this wrong. I asked for extra caramel.
You want extra caramel?
Okay, we just need to lay some ground rules down. The Last OG, all new Tuesdays at 10:30 on TBS and the app.
Get ready for an all-new Auto Trader. Search with all-new speed. Shop with all-new control. Now with the power of Kelley Blue Book Price Advisor on Auto Trader, so you'll know the price is fair. Supercharge your search and find your next car faster than ever. Shop all the cars like never before with the all-new Auto Trader.
A nationwide network of over 500,000 hotspots and growing. There's no data caps, no speed throttling, no data overages. Look for Spectrum Wi-Fi in the shops you visit and the parks you play in. Connect with your username and password, and you can search, stream, and share all you want. Take your internet with you with Spectrum Wi-Fi.
Open today at Davidson's Furniture and see what's new in furniture and bedding. Brands like Broyhill, Lazy Boy, Serta, Bassett at low prices with quick professional delivery. Davidson's is open 7 days a week and we accept all major credit cards. Our professional sales associates are friendly and extremely helpful in helping you make your furniture or mattress selection. Come in and see us today at Davidson's Furniture, Main Street, Hornell.
Pelicans and Warriors, 3-1 season series for the Dubs, who have won 14 of the last 15 and 24 of the last 26 postseason included. DeMarcus Cousins, Steph Curry did not play in the last game of the season, which was the only Pelican win over Golden State. What's Steph's status for game 1 of this series? Here's David Aldridge.
The Warriors are still listing Steph Curry as questionable for tonight's Game 1 against the Pelicans as he completes the recovery from his knee injury that's kept him out of action the last 5 weeks. How he gets through his pregame shooting routine will likely determine whether he plays tonight. But the Pelicans also know that sooner or later, they will see the two-time MVP in this series.
I'll be shocked if he doesn't. I know the environment that this is, and if there's any way that he can play without obviously, putting himself at risk at all, I think he's going to play, so we're preparing for him to play, and if he doesn't, I still think they've been pretty good.
There's no way to prepare for their speed, but on the other hand, do you think they're prepared for the way you guys play?
No, overall we're a different team. We're playing differently, playing fast, playing hard, playing for each other, so, we kicked it up a notch. We know that they did as well, so it's going to be a fun series. We're going to be real competitive, physical, and try to come in and steal game 1.
At first glance, you may think it's crazy that the Pelicans want to run in this series with a fully functional Warriors team, but the Pelicans were #1 in the league this year in pace. They have played even faster since bringing Nikola Mirotic into the starting lineup and getting the ball to Rajon Rondo. He had 53 assists in their first-round sweep of the Blazers. In Oakland, I'm David Aldridge.
Highest scoring team and best shooting team in the playoffs, terms normally reserved for the Golden State Warriors. New Orleans, #1 in scoring, #1 in shooting in their 4-game sweep over Portland. What can they do against Golden State, given the uncertainty over Steph? Though if we don't see him soon, I'm thinking he's playing tonight.
I think he's playing tonight, but I think this is going to be a hell of a series. One of the things that makes a great player and a great team is confidence. Just the way Anthony Davis spoke, we're a totally different team now. They're playing with so much confidence. When you sweep a team that you're not supposed to beat, and first of all, Anthony Davis, let's get something straight. He don't get a lot talked about, but he is in the conversation one of the 2 or 3 best players in the world. He is unstoppable. He's one of the few guys in the league who can dominate offensively and defensively. There's no matchup for him.
Leads in scoring and blocks in the postseason.
But I'm saying he can, like Kenny said the other night, he can score 10 points and dominate the game. It's not many players can do that.
Well, he did it in the national championship game when he was at Kentucky, so it kind of like travels over for what it is. And the other thing that, you know, the hardest statistic to stop is what Rondo does. You can stop a guy from scoring at times. You can stop a guy from getting rebounds. But you cannot stop a guy from getting assists. That is the most difficult part of stopping a player, is eliminating him from getting other people involved. And that's what he's great at. So all of a sudden you got a guy who can get assists. Then you have another guy who's unstoppable. That makes the series, that's an even series, because Rondo was not playing like he has been playing all season. Or probably even when he was in Sacramento until he got here. And then now he's playing that. And Anthony Davis has never played this well.
And Drew Holiday.
Yeah, Holiday is
19 a game in the regular season, 28 in the first round against Portland.
But the biggest pickup was Mirotic. When they got him in the middle, late in the season, it changed their entire outlook. Now they can score, and like I said, Holiday doesn't get enough credit. But Mirotic is the guy who make it all go, because he's like a secret. And Ernie, the worst type of guy to play is a guy that you doubt, but he has super confidence. Nobody's expecting New Orleans to win. Of course, Curry and his partner are better guards than Rondo.
Klay Thompson?
Yeah, Klay Thompson are better than Rondo and his partner. But Rondo is definitely going to step up to the challenge. He's not going to quit, and he's coming to play. And the thing I like about Rondo, he's an old school player with an old school mentality that's playing in this new world. You know, he's not going to dribble the ball 15, 20 times. He's pitching up, pitching his head, getting his guys involved. And I think, you know, New Orleans, in order for them to win a series, they got to dominate inside. You know, Chuck always said that you can beat Golden State up inside because they're small. Anthony Davis is the guy that can do that. Let me tell you something. If they don't have Curry, I don't think they can beat the Pelicans.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah, I don't think
said that the other day.
If Curry, like, first of all, I do think he's going to play tonight. Because they say if he's been scrimmaging the last few days. 5 on 5, yeah. There's no if he's gonna play 5-on-5 in scrimmage, and they're not worried about it getting hurt. I think he's gonna play. But if Steph Curry does not play, I don't think the Warriors are gonna beat these guys.
The Pelicans have won 9 straight games going back to the regular season. Golden State has won 12 in a row in their gym in the postseason, and that'll be game 2 tonight. Meantime, Al Horford and the Celtics home against the Bucks. Game 7 with the Sixers waiting on the winner. Coming up.
There was an idea to bring together a group of remarkable people to help save the universe from paying too much on their car insurance.
Hey, there's cake in the break room. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Marvel Studios' Avengers Infinity War in theaters April 27th.
Now, where were we?
He drops back, he's looking deep, the ball is in the air, and caught! Touchdown! This team is simply hot!
Get 2 medium Pizza Hut pizzas for just $5.99 each. Official pizza sponsor of the NFL. No one out pizzas to Hut.
This isn't an audition. The road trip you took to the coast, or crash at a party with your friends. Out here, it's not where the sea takes you, but who it makes you.
Real smooth.
You done?
Gatorade Flow, all the flavor with a smooth finish. Arby's, we have the meat.
This is the era of digital possibility, when every connection is an opportunity to do more, to build a network of human progress, where every fiber-lit building, enterprise, and city we connect lays the foundation to our digital economy. Join us as we turn the promise of technology into digital progress. Together, Spectrum Enterprise.
There's a world of beauty at Bennett's Greenhouses. Our expanded greenhouses are bursting with color. Choose from the area's largest selection of plants, including flowers and vegetables. Annuals and perennials, roses, impatiens, geraniums and dahlias. They're all here at Bennett's. Need help planting? Just ask. We grow most of our own plants right here. Stop in and see us for the best flowers and plants at Bennett's Greenhouses. Route 21, Hornell.
The last time the Celtics and Bucks played in a Game 7, 1987.
I go to the great Sidney Monk. That go Terry Cummings.
And there goes the great Kevin McHale and the great Larry Bird.
Robert Parrish. Jack Sigma.
Yeah. Bird had 31, 10, and 8. The Chief had 23 and 19. McHale had 26.
Oh, come on, Larry. Stop it, Larry.
Dennis Johnson had 19, 8, and 10. I mean,
how many would Larry Bird average in this era?
Larry Bird, man, I'm just telling you something.
This era, how much would he average?
Oh,
seriously.
Several.
30.
30, 35.
Yeah.
Hey, you know the coaches on game days have press conferences, day of the game, a couple hours before tip. Joe Prunty was talking today, and your name came up, Shaq, when he was talking about the Greek Freak.
People said, well, Shaq's just that good because he's that big. Well, no, that's part of it. Like, he had great footwork. He had great passing skills. Obviously, his strength was part of it. Well, that's the thing with Giannis. He is that long. He is that agile. He is that athletic. And that's a huge value for him, his teammates, for us.
Joe called it footwork rather than feet work.
But it's called feet work. Well, thank you, Joe. Appreciate it very much. I got that from Charles, David Robinson, and Akeem. You know, watching guys before him. But Giannis is a great player. You know, a lot of people say once he developed that jump shot, my message to him, forget the jump shot. Stay inside the paint, keep doing what you're doing. You know, he's sort of like Ben Simmons. He's not really an outside shooter, but he's still averaging high double figures. So, you know, he just needs to, you know, continue to dominate.
He's a great player. I mean, he's a great kid, too. They got a bright future in Milwaukee. But, man...
How tough is it going to be to win a Game 7 in Boston?
It's going to be, well, this is not...
They're 3-0 at home in this series.
Yeah, what's it going to take? Well, they just got to play well. Like, Ernie, I think the one thing that people do, just stay in your lane. You, like, don't try to do too much. You know, we're going to do two things. If I'm Coach Prentice, let's get Giannis started. Let's get Middleton started. Then those other guys, because Boston's probably going to make an adjustment if Giannis goes crazy early. They're like, okay, let's take the ball out of his hand. And then that'll free up Bledsoe. That'll free up Jabari. But I always think in a must-win game, you got to get your stars going because, like, I was saying to myself, let me get going, and I'm going to kick that ball to Jaminski. I'm going to kick it out to Seth Sabalos or Dan Marley. But you got to be aggressive, and you cannot play from behind. You cannot play from behind on the road in a must-win game.
One of the advantages is Giannis has that the ball is in his hand. He's not a superstar that someone has to give it to him to get ready. You know, even like Shaq probably had to wait for Fisher or Kobe to throw it to him to dominate, even though he could. So his aggression was always related to someone else giving him the basketball a lot of times. Well, Giannis isn't. You know, I think overall, I always thought that a guy like Giannis, like Charles said, has to be aggressive. So, and now Rudy, you can hear this. I used to say, forget those 4 plays Rudy just called. Dream, go to the left box the first 3 times I'm going to throw it to you. In the Game 7, because I wanted him to establish that. Regardless of what Rudy said, and Rudy would be yelling and screaming at me, I'm like, I couldn't see it. I'm sorry.
You must have got a Jordan coach.
That's how you tell him at 25 years
old. You must have got a Jordan coach. That's how you win, man, Kenny. When you enjoy the coach, baby, you win.
We won twice. I'm just telling you.
When you carry out, some things are out of your control. But with Domino's new carry-out insurance, we'll replace your pizza if it gets ruined after you leave the store. Carry out large 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 every day.
Janice, Mom told me you bought a house. Okay. So now that you have a house, you can use Home Code Explorer. Quiet, I'm blasting my quads. Janice, look, I'm in a meeting. Janice, look. Look, I'm looking. It's easy. You just answer some simple questions online and you get coverage options to choose from. You're ruining my workout. Cycling is my passion.
What did you write? This is Lynchburg, Tennessee, home of Jack Daniels. A small town with big dreams of having their own NBA team.
What?
We know it's not the most exciting place in the world, but we have no shortage of team spirit. And while we're not exactly known for our abilities on the court, we do know a thing or two about developing a franchise. Jack Daniels, the most exciting thing about Lynchburg, Tennessee. For now.
Reintroducing Arby's Greek beef and turkey gyro. No, gyro. The gyro. Mediterranean tacos. 2 for $6. Arby's. We have the meat.
Let's see how bad Chuck's beating us now. Yeah, he's
I just want to thank the Academy.
Man alive.
And listen, you three losers, hey, better luck next year. Still early.
I'm the only one who went with a late game than this one, taking AD tonight. Here's what you guys have done in game 7s. Charles 2-3, Shaq 3-1, Kenny 3-1.
Oh, we tired, Kenny. You know what that means, man. You got to play game 7
right now.
Tonight.
26-11, 25-18 for.
Enough. That's why we lost.
25. That was 25-18.
No, I'm talking about for me. 26-11 is terrible.
Well, you're not known as a rebounder,
but I'm known as a prolific MF scorer.
Yeah, most frequently. I know. Heard that one before somewhere. Oh, it was right here last night.
Whether you want speed, power, handling, luxury.
I think I look delicious personally.
Auto Trader has all the cars. NBA on TNT has all the NBA.
He drops back. He's looking deep. The ball is in the air and caught. Touchdown! This team is sizzling hot.
Get 2 medium Pizza Hut pizzas for just $5.99 each. Official pizza sponsor of the NFL. No one out pizzas the Hut.
I gotta save it.
Of course it's cold. It's Jan. He's good to be the master.
The search was intense. We spent weeks canvassing the quadrant to pinpoint our perfect location. Once locked in on our target, we knew we had to move fast.
Fortunately, we were already pre-approved for a no-money down loan with Navy Federal Credit Union, and were able to put an offer on this place immediately after it went on the market.
Good.
I see you, Dad.
How are my tomatoes doing, babe?
Pretty good.
Navy Federal Credit Union, open to the armed forces, the DoD, veterans, and their families.
Real smooth. Why you always say that? It's like my tongue just did a finger roll, and then the Gatorade flow gave it a high five. Real smooth.
Whoa. Gatorade Flow, all the flavor with a smooth finish.
Game 7. Win or go home.
Game 7 in TD Garden is what you play for.
Step back 3. Tatum delivers one. Here's Giannis. Brown will score. Horford to the hole. Two-handed jam. Middleton. Cash money all series long.
It's going to be crazy.
This is going to be some kind of fun. TD Garden in Boston. Just something about a Game 7 in this city on this parquet floor with this iconic franchise. Offering up so many memorable Game 7s in the past, but old Milwaukee tapping into a new Greek philosophy. They found something in Game 6, and now they hope to win a Game 7 on the road for the first time in their NBA playoff history. NBA playoffs on TNT Round 1, presented by Hulu. The Bucks and the Celtics. And hi, everybody. Brian Anderson, along with the Hall of Famer Kevin McHale. Ross Gold on Wood A is our sideline reporter tonight. Kevin, in your Hall of Fame career, you played in 8 of these Game 7s. What do you say to yourself? What do you say to your players at a moment like this?
Well, right now you're getting into your rivals playing, and immediately you don't want the season to end, so there's that type of pressure. Secondly, you're out there, and the team has made adjustments against you, so what works and what doesn't work. And thirdly, you're saying, I need to be like Bill Walton used to say, greatness on demand. You know you got to play well. A Bill Walton shot early, man.
He needs to love the greatness on demand. Greatness on demand tonight with the starting five. Note that Thon Maker is Evans in various scores. They just had a Game 7 win in this arena on Wednesday as the Bruins advanced past Toronto. And now they've got one on the parquet floor and the hardwood. This is going to be fun. Great to have you with us. Al Horford playing in his fifth career Game 7, by far and away has the most experience. The home team has won all 6 games in this series. Milwaukee winning Game 6 to send us back here to Boston. Derek Stafford puts it in the air and away we go with Boston controlling the first possession. There's Stafford, John Goble, Josh Timmons are 3 officials on the floor. Tony Brown is the alternate. Billy Adams in the replay center. Jason Tatum, good bounce back in Game 6, and the first shot comes up short. Wow. Layup attempt by Tatum. Giannis gives it to Middleton. Those two have been fantastic all series long. Antetokounmpo and Middleton averaging over 50 points per game. Nearly half of Milwaukee's scoring in this series. Kevin, I mentioned the 6-0 record. Mentioned the 6-0. The home court advantage has been significant. Does it play here, and how does it play here? So,
well, the only reason it's going to play here is the Celtics might be the first team to kind of calm down and just start playing basketball. Game 7, there's usually just a lot of guys forcing shots, and nice shot by Brogdon right there. And guys just trying to get a rhythm in this game, but really, this game is all unto itself. I know the whole team has won all 3 games so far, but it's really a team that settles down and plays the best basketball early in this game, as you see Brown taking it to the hole. That's going to win this game.
Good start. Jaylen Brown scoring his first one, had just 2 first-half points in Game 6. Those are the numbers, the Game 7 records in playoff history. The Bucks have never won a Game 7 on the road. The Celtics, a dominant 19-4 in Game 7s. So a good deal here tonight. In fact, the Bucks trying to become only the 5th team to lose the first 3 road games of the record. Much more aggressive, trying to score the things that we saw in Game 6.
Way better spacing. Al Horford had first to drive. The Celtics spacing in Game 6 was very poor. They had a lot of room there. Elvis put it with top of the right hand and got right in front of the rim and laid it in.
Ogier out there to guard Antetokounmpo, coming over to Marcus Brown, and he fouls. The Greek Freak will draw a ton of fouls.
And the other thing that's going to be open is this late pass to Al Horford right in front of the rim. The Celtics had a hard time getting that to him. And this is what I'm saying. They had much better spacing. Guys were in the corner. It was filled. And he had an opportunity to drive and just put his arm and get a nice
Antetokounmpo misses the long-range shot. Boston out to a quick start. They lead at 6-2, just underway in Game 7. Hesitation by Tatum, and Rozier steps on the sideline, and Boston will turn it over. We're seeing great rising of players with Boston, and Jason Tatum, the rookie, Jaylen Brown in his second year, Terry Rozier, year 3. Despite being without Kyrie Irving, Gordon Hayward's been gone all but 5 minutes of this season. Tyson Joe, injured for the Celtics as Bledsoe hits. This Boston team has really performed well, and maybe finding out about some players they wouldn't normally get to know this well under these circumstances with all the injuries they've had.
No question. The injuries have allowed Tatum to play such a big role, allowed Jaylen Brown to really become the leader of this team. And tonight, Jaylen Brown says, hey, a lot of the scoring, a lot of the offensive burden is on me for the Celtics tonight to go and win this game. So, yeah, these young guys are getting a little fired by baptism.
Antetokounmpo, a little step back, he's good.
I love that move, by the way. He does that little step back move, and I'm telling you, he is an awesome guard. He is so long and he backs up and just shoots a ball to top of him.
Thon Maker got a piece of that, and Rozier able to run it down. Milwaukee was excellent in transition. There were 20 more possessions in transition in Game 6. Ogier on the drive, and Ogier Ogier brings his opponents. He's got his hands full trying to guard Antetokounmpo. Brad Stevens has been pleased with Ogier. Now the switch His L just took off running. Nice block by Elrod there. After that play, he took off and filled that left lane and allowed Tatum room in that break. So L's doing it all, boy. Fantastic block to start off that sequence. Sprinted the floor.
Two-shot foul sends Tatum to the line. 8 points in Game 5. Great bounce back in Game 6 for him. NBA playoffs are here, and you can watch live games in the NBA app on TNT Overtime. With TNT Overtime, you can stream enhanced live coverage of all Round 1 TNT games on your favorite device.
Brian, I only like the pace of the Celtics a little bit better here than I did in Game 6. They had no pace in Game 6. And I thought that the Milwaukee defense just carried the game completely in Game 6.
Bledsoe working on Rozier, gets himself some room. That's been a fascinating matchup all series long. Louisville versus Kentucky. Rozier against Bledsoe. They've been jawing at each other. There's been double technicals issued to each on occasion. There's 2 point guards. There's a travel. And Horford gets his Thon Maker arm. Turns it over. So points in transition, looking at fast break points. Was it that Boston was unwilling to run, or Milwaukee's defense was so good in that category in Game 6?
A little bit of both, but you can see in the first 3 games, the Celtics got out, got some fast break points. In the last 3 games, they've gotten no easy basket. And here's an easy basket coming right up straight now for not so easy, I guess. Good defense after the Kumpo chasing him down.
Bullet pass to Brogdon. And Maker with the follow. Well, what a sequence there for Milwaukee. Outstanding defense.
Yes.
Running down Brown onto the Kumpo to a basket on the other end. That's one thing to try to get in transition, but Milwaukee is so extremely long. And they can fly as well, as originally misfires on his first 3. Bledsoe running the point for the Bucks. Switching up on Tatum. And this is the switch they love. They love Middleton down here against Rozier. Any of those guys, as your Celtics come over and double team him, get the ball out of his hand quickly.
Brogdon the Maker. He can make it to not there, and he buries a three-pointer.
Thon Maker has been an impact player for the Bucks, but in Milwaukee, he has been a better player. He's off to a great start here in Boston. 7-0 run for the Bucks at Milwaukee. Good start here in Game 7.
With Car Gurus, you don't have to know much about cars to know everything about a car.
Mom, whose car's up front?
That's mine, right?
Uncle Mike. That car's lit. Way lit. That's good.
I didn't know my car was lit, but I used Car Gurus, so I know that I got a great deal. Car Gurus gives each used car a deal rating, always sorts the best deals first, and has more listings than any other major site. Want to ride?
Lit.
Go to Car Gurus today to find great deals from top-rated dealers near you.
Double cheeseburger and tots for $2.99.
Makes me kind of want to do a double take. Double the beef, double the cheese, double the tots.
Ooh, that was loud. You can hear that?
Yeah.
That's not good that you can hear it.
Now try quarter-pound double cheeseburger or slinger with tots for just $2.99. Get them while they last.
Unlike most recovery drinks, chocolate milk naturally provides protein. I know that, and now so do you. I'm Klay Thompson, and I'm built with chocolate milk. Nutrients to refuel, natural protein to rebuild, backed by science.
J'ai encore en mémoire le parfum de l'homme que j'ai rencontré. Il portait Old Spice. Je nommais mon chien Old Spice. Janine, Old Spice, Old Spice, laisse ce poulet tranquille.
It makes sense. Oh, man.
I'm very proud of the fact that I serve as a C-130 mechanic in the Corps. So I'm not happy unless my hands are dirty. Between running a business and 4 kids, we're busy. Auto insurance, homeowners insurance, life insurance policies, knowing that USAA will always have my back. That's just one less thing you have to worry about. I couldn't imagine going anywhere else. They're like a friend of the family. We are the Cochran family, and we will be USAA members for life.
Save by bundling USAA home and auto insurance. Get a quote today.
Euro Arby's, we have the meats.
Feel it. The energy going up through your body. Feel the vibration of the court. Feel your heart beating. To feel alive, be there live. This is why we play. Buy 100% authentic tickets at NBAtickets.com.
Welcome back to Boston. I'm Roz Gold on 1A. Jaylen Brown told me his strategy for handling high-pressure situations like a Game 7. He reminds himself to breathe. He told me the first thing I do is focus on my breathing. A lot of times, our minds are racing 100 miles per hour. We make up stuff in our head that doesn't exist. Jaylen uses a sports psychologist, Graham Becker, and Jaylen said they work together to identify what's real and what's not real. He said we need to separate our ego from what is real, and if we come out separate of ego, and everyone plays their role, we'll be fine.
I'm taking notes, Roz. That sounds like a class right there. Sports psychology 101. Tatum at the end of the shot clock. Comes up empty. Kevin was telling Ross and I what his sports psychology was in his Hall of Fame career, but none of it is usable on the air. You really said a lot of bad things to yourself, Kevin.
Yeah, I did. I didn't think about what was real and what wasn't real. I'd have been so confused I wouldn't have been able to play.
Here's Baker pulls another three. Too long.
I honestly, trying to be truthful, I just said I'm going to play really hard. I'm going to go out and I'm just going to compete, like crazy. And that was enough. I didn't. The real and unreal thing, what I'm fascinated by that, but I'm talking to Jaylen Brown about that game.
Horford trips over Maker. That'll be a foul. On Maker. It is interesting watching the personalities, how they deal with the pressure of the playoffs, and now how they deal with the pressure of a Game 7, which is unlike any other game in a playoff series. And I think both coaches have the same kind of point to make. This is great for our team and the growth of our players. Not really looking at the finality of it all for the loser, but the growth of their teams moving forward in their careers. Interesting.
Yeah, I agree. Like right now, Tatum may have taken a really tough shot here earlier in this game. He's got to learn that he's got to drive that ball. He likes that little step back. What happens in playoffs like Game 7, right, is they take away your primary move. You've got to develop counters. You've got to develop a lot of things that allow you to be effective in this game. You can't go to your A move all the time. They're going to make you do your B and C. And I think Tatum is finding that out. It's going to be great for Tatum and Brown all these young guys to start thinking, hey, let's face it, the two boys will get better and better. It's good for both these teams. But unfortunately, one team is going to go on tonight.
Philadelphia is awaiting the winner of this game here tonight in the Eastern Conference semifinals. Brogdon goes to the hole. That was Parker who kept it alive. Parker on the floor for the first time. Now the good ball on Morris. Turn around, he's short, but he is cold. And Marcus Morris, who's already been fined 15 grand in this series for comments toward the officials, wants an explanation.
Yeah, let's see. They said he hit him on the chin on the way up. Well, I don't know. That makes a lot of case. It looks like he just kind of got his hand up. Let's see. There's another angle. The shot was well released. I was a pretty tough call right there.
The Clippers. The first free throw. Been keeping an eye on Giannis and the free throw clock that goes on in the mind of the officials. So we got that one off at 9. But he has been cognizant of that. In the O2 report after Game 1, it actually referenced the fact that he had 2 violations that were called, and now the group are working on his free throws to get him off under the 10 seconds. That was right at 10 seconds, or closer to 11. I was counting 2 myself. That was, he jumped off 10. Generous 10. O2 report, the last 2-minute report that the NBA puts out following every game, regular season and playoffs. There's still a number of calls that were made or were made for everybody to digest. Gets the deck, he'll go to the line and a chance at a three-point play.
Yeah, this ball rattles up and ends up in Rozier's hand, and he just goes up and big boys. I'll get the big boy. I tell you what, Michael Shovel jump up right over the top of him. Rozier's been just fantastic, especially at those first two games. He was great. You know, he struggled a couple games. Really, I thought he struggled in Game 6 in Milwaukee, but sometimes a layup like that, Brian, with a little play will get you going and cross over the line. Knew he'd missed it the way they were crossed over the line. Got a violation.
Rozier did score 18 points, had 5 assists, and 7 rebounds in Game 6. Kyrie Irving has had Rozier under his wing. The great Kyrie Irving available for this postseason, available for the rest of the season with knee surgery. His last game was March 11th. Same as Marcus Smart, who is now returning for his third game. Devontae Parker into the ball. Boston trying to push it and deflected. That'll be Boston.
Great defense by Marcus Smart. Parker, he really forced him to a tough baseline shot. You can see the Celtics are trying to push the ball a little harder, Brian. Trying to get some easy baskets against this tough Milwaukee Bucks defense. So that's been a point of emphasis by Brad Stevens to get out, to get running, and try to attack early.
By the way, you saw Daniel Tice and Kyrie Irving on the bench, two big pieces. Certainly Kyrie Irving averaging over 24 points per game. Boston's top scorer is the biggest of them all. Gordon Hayward is in a running program now in Indianapolis. That's why he's not with the team, but expected to make a full recovery after that gruesome injury in the first game of the season. Rozier dumps it down to Tatum. Jabari Parker on. Tatum goes right by and scores. And one for Jason Tatum. Took on his prime right there. Nice pass through by Tatum.
It's a little jab cut to the middle. Gets his shoulders in front of him. Parker had gotten left to his side, trying to foul him. It's a good, strong move by Tatum.
Aaron Baines on the floor for Boston. Jason Tatum, third pick. This past season, Jabari Parker was the number 2 pick in the 2014 draft by Milwaukee. After 1 year off, and Tatum has been terrific, averaging nearly 15 a game, coming off a 22-point Game 6. 3-point trip down the floor for Boston. Dellavedova lost the handle, checked by Rozier. Shot clock down to 6. Dellavedova for 3. Airborne. Never got a grip. That was just a bad defensive possession built up by Milwaukee. He never came off the pick and roll. Never got any separation after the pick and roll. Dellavedova did. He and Antetokounmpo were trying to play a little two-man game, but nothing happened. They ended up with a bad shot at the end of that possession. Milwaukee has missed their last 5 shot attempts. Boston getting a lot in the paint here in this first quarter. Already 12 points inside the lane. Tatum will pull this one on the mid-range. He's got a beautiful stroke. Jason Tatum has come to play here in Game 7, making a 7-0 run for Boston.
The Kings turning up the heat and bringing the spice with these spicy nuggets. Filled with juicy white meat, priced at $10 for $1.69. A deal so hot you can taste it. 10 spicy nuggets for $1.69. Only at Burger King.
Change doesn't announce itself. It doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't compromise. It doesn't fear. Change doesn't hesitate. It doesn't think twice. It happens. And it happens fast. Here's what else is happening. Lease a Stinger 2-liter turbo for just $2.99 a month.
There was an idea to bring together a group of remarkable people to help save the universe from paying too much on their car insurance.
Hey, there's cake in the break room. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Marvel Studios' Avengers Infinity War. In theaters April 27th.
Now, where were we?
What is love? Love is what inspires me. Love is everlasting. Love is everything. Love is a diamond. Each piece of my jewelry collection is designed with lovers in mind. The Vera Wang Love Collection at Zales, the diamond store.
That just happened. Yes, it did. Yes, 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 yes! We did it! Yes, we did it! Yeah, we did it! We gotta see you, bud.
Later.
Honey, who was that?
Who, that guy? I don't know. Get caught up in the excitement. Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
Hey, who's this? Hi, I'm Dustin Corbett, inviting you to Williams Toyota of Elmira. Right now, lease this 2018 Highlander XLE all-wheel drive for just $289 per month. Come visit us today in Big Flats, New York, or shop us online at WilliamsToyota.com.
Not all tech is created equal. Nissan Rogue has advanced tech that the competition doesn't. Like ProPilot Assist that helps keep you centered in your lane, something RAV4 can't do. Plus a class-exclusive intelligent around-view monitor. Rogue, America's best-selling SUV.
Get a low $169 per month lease on Rogue, or lease Rogue Sport, just $179 per month.
Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
Oh, sure. Now you're...
I'm Dustin Corbett, inviting you to Williams Toyota of Elmira. Right now, lease this 2018 RAV4 XLE all-wheel drive for just $167 per month. Come visit us today in Big Flats, New York, or shop us online at WilliamsToyota.com.
It makes certain crystals go...
Continue to refine, presented by 1800 Tequila. It has been rare that the road team has won a Game 7 in Boston in NBA playoff history. Last time it was done, the Magic in 2009. That 1973 Boston team, a 68-win team, losing to the Knicks. And I know you've got some background on a few of these, right? Some injury stories, Kevin.
On 82, well, yeah, I was still hurt by the 82 lot. Tiny Archibald dislocated his shoulder. We're playing the Philadelphia 76ers. Tied it up 3-3 and locked ahead. Great job by Marcus Smart.
And Smart will finish. Another bucket in transition for Boston. Marcus Smart, back for his third game, just 6 weeks removed from thumb surgery on that right thumb. A ligament had to be repaired. Bucks with a couple of turnovers. Celtics have turned it over 3 times. Tony Snell on the drive and puts it right into the hands of Larkin, the backup point guard. Larkin has had some nice moments in this series as well, losing Kyrie Irving, Buck Rozier to the starting role and put Larkin in that backup role. Smart going back right at the feet of Baines. He gets on the deck, Antetokounmpo on top, and that'll be a jump ball. Baines and Giannis Antetokounmpo.
You know, Brian, we talked a little bit about adjustments. Look at Tatum, how much he's nice and calm. Watch when he gets the ball. He looks up, there's no driving lanes. What does he do? He just chases them off, goes to that 15, 16-foot area and makes a jump shot. That's the adjustment that you have to make. You know, you want to drive that ball right-handed, but he's just taking what the defense is going to give him. And that's a nice little adjustment by the rookie Tatum.
That capped off a 7-0 run. How about this? Baines wins the tip. Now Tatum goes to the hole. No, and it's put back in by a Buck. Scenario. Credit back to Tatum. 11-0 Boston run here as Dellavedova turns it over. Morris up ahead. Tatum hits Smart. Tatum hit it on the way. Antetokounmpo with the rebound.
Celtics defense is really handsy. They're getting their hands on a lot of balls. They're all reaching in. They're very, very active defensively right here, the Celtics side.
Antetokounmpo trying to get by Baines, does so. And too much English off the window. And the drought continues here for Milwaukee. They have not made a field goal since the 6:43 mark. So we're over 5 minutes on the game clock. Bob Baker with the last shot. Up top, Baines. And Baines will score on center.
Again, the late pass to the center, right in front of the red. That's open for the Celtics. They couldn't complete that pass in Game 6, but they've already made 2 so far tonight. One for Al Horford and one for Baines.
A 13-0 run here for Boston. And air ball. Boston to add to it. Larkin. Let's get back defensively. Tatum. A matchup Boston would love to exploit. And a foul. Zeller comes in. And fouls Jason Tatum.
Yeah, this run where you see Tatum going, the clock's going down fast. He lays it up and doesn't come close, and then Antetokounmpo just chips it in for the Celtics. And boy, you're saying when things are going bad, that's what happens. And I know Antetokounmpo feels bad about that one.
23-15, Boston closing this first quarter like we saw Milwaukee close quarters in Game 6 as Tatum gets the first. Still time to play the NBA Playoffs Bracket Challenge at NBA.com/bracket challenge. You can compete against friends, family, other fans. See how your bracket stacks up. See the website for details.
Yeah, Milwaukee's got to get back down here to settle their offense down, but that's the third air ball I've seen out of this Milwaukee team so far in this first quarter. So he's got to get in, run their set, see if they can shake up Middleton for a couple of good shots, and just relax a little on the offensive end.
Tatum's got 9, and Larkin disruptive. Gets a deflection here with 47.7 remaining in this first quarter. 16 on the shot clock. Tatum gets a big hand.
As he should, the young fellow played very well. And a great veer back by Larkin on that last play to knock that ball out of bounds. Larkin giving great effort on the defensive end.
Jaylen Brown into guard Middleton. Bledsoe, 9 on the shot clock. All the way, scores. Eric Bledsoe with the layup.
They needed that. Nice drive by Bledsoe getting a layup. The Bucks needed to see that ball go in the hole.
Now Bledsoe fouls Larkin. And I think he might give a second whistle here on Bledsoe as he pushed Larkin at the end of this play. A technical foul called on Bledsoe, who's racking up a few tees in this series. And that was the one. This was after the whistle had already blown. And John Goble tees him up.
The foul's right there. And yeah, he gives him a little push after the play.
Gets the bounce.
I don't know about that. No, I mean, you're right. Coach Prunty is saying, come on, man, let him play a little bit. Yeah, minor cheap shot. Nothing major by Bledsoe on that one, but they called it technical.
Joe Prunty, interim head coach, taking over for Jason Kidd, January 22nd. He's done a good job. He has really been able to quiet down the storm that was in Milwaukee. And listen to this crowd here, Kevin.
Yes.
Who is Bledsoe?
Well, he was Drew Bledsoe for a while. I think in a press conference.
That's what Rozier called him.
Yeah.
This goes back to a statement Bledsoe made asking about Rozier after a big game one. He goes, who's Terry Rozier? Who is that? I don't know who that is. And now Boston fans returning the favor. And now a foul on Larkin trying to front Middleton. By the way, Bledsoe just picked up his third technical of this series. So he has been extremely active both on the floor and with the mouth. Terry Rozier has been excellent. Great start for him in the first 2 games. And had a nice answer in Game 6 as well, Rozier. Boston by 11. Bledsoe with Morris on him. And the little Euro step, and he cannot convert. And Boston a chance at the last shot here. A flurry at the end of this first quarter for the Celtics. Smart gives it up. Baines in the mid-range. Got it! What a run for the Boston Celtics at home. First quarter finish. Celtics on a 15-0 run. 30-17 they lead.
Can't beat us.
New Mountain Dew Ice, a clear, refreshing lemon lime dew.
A new team, a new beginning, a new mantle to carry. Will I rise to the challenge?
Why is it so dark in here?
James, we'll never have that again. Well, I'm sorry, we'll never have that's gone. That was the one.
Oh.
carry out, some things are out of your control. But with Domino's new carry-out insurance, we'll replace your pizza if it gets ruined after you leave the store. Carry out large 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 every day.
When you brew a beer with this much taste, 96 calories seems like a typo. But it's no mistake. It's a small miracle. What are you holding? Miller Lite. Hold true.
Hulu presents the real announcers of Studio J.
After pregame, I'm having a wine tasting down the hall for my new vineyard. It's very classy, Shaq.
Chuck, you know they call me the Big Classy, right?
They don't call him that.
I'm in the party up. Hey! Oh!
So inconsiderate.
Come on, Chuck. NBA TNT is on Hulu. What you doing? I think you're gonna mess my party up.
There's gonna be some furniture moving. This scene is rated D for drama.
A quarter-pound double cheeseburger and tots for $2.99.
Makes me kind of want to do a double take.
Double the beef.
Double the cheese. Double the tots.
Ooh, that was loud. You could hear that?
Yeah.
That's not good that you could hear it.
Now try quarter-pound double cheeseburger or slinger with tots for just $2.99. Get them while they last.
Hey, listen up. We're Hims. And we help you stay looking like this. Not like this. Most guys start losing their hair by 35. But thanks to science, baldness can be optional. And so are other man issues. We deliver products directly to you at home. It's easier to take care of yourself than fix it later. Try it out at 4hims.com.
By the way, how much paper did you pay to your purported pepper?
Guys, he's been shot.
Who shot him?
While I'm gone, you're all in danger.
Anything I can do to help?
Get him out.
You want us to trust you?
Big mistake. Dennis Leary joins the cast. Animal Kingdom. All new season Tuesday, May 29th on TNT.
Bold, refreshing, and with a boost of dew. Now available in 12 flavors. Grab a Mountain Dew Kickstart and gear up for the NBA playoffs. Mountain Dew Kickstart. It all starts with a kick.
Look, there's a bridge over there.
Welcome back to Boston. It's time for the Ford Coach's Corner. I'm with Milwaukee Bucks head coach Joe Prunty. Coach, couple possessions there. You had consecutive turnovers. How critical is every your team?
Every moment of the game is critical. We know that. Closing quarters is going to be huge, and in that quarter we did.
Eric Bledsoe got his head all series. He's been emotionally charged, chippy. In Game 7 with the series, your season on the line. Do you want him to indulge in that or kind of stay away from it tonight?
No, I want him to stay aggressive. You know, they continue to play on that play. The game's going to be physical. Stay in check with your emotions, but stay aggressive.
Thanks, Coach.
And it takes to Joe Prunty. A foul on Bledsoe at the other end gives the ball back to Boston. And Boston is going back to the free throw line.
You're going to see this coming in there, and he hits Baines on the drive. In nice position to take the charge.
Jaylen Brown will shoot the free throws. Boston's already been to the line 11 times. It's their 12th free throw attempt. A reminder that the NBA playoffs on TNT are brought to you by Ford, going further so you can. And brought to you by Verizon, the most awarded network ever.
And Coach Prunty brought in Jason Terry for some stability for the Bucks. He just, you can see, felt they were rattled and bring in the old veteran, Jason the Jet Terry, just to settle things down, maybe make a shot or two, and allow those Bucks to kind of get their feet underneath them. A nice move there by Middleton. And right now, you know, the Bucks are rushing their offense a little bit. See Jet can settle them down.
Marcus Smart hangs and taps it back in. Well, Milwaukee had just one field goal to end that first quarter in the final 6 minutes and 43 seconds. They've got just 2 field goals since that time. It's up there 8 minutes now. Bledsoe is fouled. He'll head to the line. Boston finished the first quarter on a 20-2 run. They used a 15-0 spurt, answering a 9-0 Milwaukee run in the first quarter. And Milwaukee actually led this game 15-10 before Brad Stevens' team put the pedal down at the end of the first quarter. It's only the 3rd free throw attempt for the Bucks. Giannis hit the first 2. Bledsoe's first trip to the line. free throw line. They just 10 out of 16 coming into this game here today. So now 12 of 18 shooting free throws. That's part of his game, too. He's a driver. He likes to get to the basket, get to the line.
I think it's important that he does get to the line and just call things down for this Bucks team.
Marcus Smart. Too high of a pass for Jaylen Brown. Out of bounds, a turnover for Boston. Milwaukee ball. Mitch and Jason Terry in the game. Terry has played very sparingly in this series thus far. Terry has only played in 2 games. He's made 1 3-pointer. He has said before every game, he's the guy that settles us. Again, Bledsoe goes to the hole. He's fouled. And to the line he goes once again.
Really nice job by Bledsoe. Gets in the corner before that hesitated dribble. Marcus Smart gets a little body on the layup there. Bledsoe doing a good job of taking the ball to the hole, forcing the referees to blow their whistle, getting to the line.
Terry Rozier will return. Good minutes there for Shane Larkin.
And that free throw line, Brian, sometimes is your best friend when you're struggling a little bit offensively. Get to the line, take some points, go in, slow the game down, get your defense set off the free throw, and nice job by Bledsoe and Frazier the last couple times.
Bledsoe leads all scorers right now. He has 10, 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Looking ahead and fades, he swings it out to the corner. Marcus Morris directing traffic now, working on Bledsoe. He spins, and Mitchell might have got a piece of that. Smart comes away to the board. Now Brown for 3. No. And it's Middleton the rebound. Milwaukee down 9 with the ball. 10 minutes remaining in this first half. Game 7. The home teams have won each of the first 6. Middleton by Page, and it is blocked. No, caught it. Goaltending off the glass. And 2 more on the board for Chris Middleton and the Bucks. And it is a 7-point game now.
Yeah, you see Middleton goes left, gets it up on the board, and gets it blocked. Looks a lot like that LeBron James call that didn't quite get called on the block.
So he's 6-0 run for Milwaukee. Brown lets a 3 go. Bledsoe with the rebound. Well, Bledsoe's been active. And he is heading downhill, cut off by Brown. Good defense there by Jaylen Brown.
Same matchup as before. Baines on Middleton.
Middleton gives it up. Giannis gives it right back. There he goes, right by him. And Giannis will fire a 3. Hits it. Antetokounmpo, he has not shot many threes in this series. Well, he drains a big one here. That's just his 4th made 3-pointer. 4 for 11 from behind the arc. And if he adds this to his game, look out. That might be the piece that takes him to an MVP in this league.
Oh, no question. Nice looking stroke. He'll become a very good shooter. There's nothing wrong with his stroke. He just hasn't shot enough 3-pointers to get comfortable shooting it, but he's got a good looking stroke. His skill will continue to improve as he plays. And nice answer by Milwaukee right here after the Celtics kind of got away from him a little bit again that first quarter.
That's a quick run of 9-0, just over 2 minutes as Marcus Morris comes up short. And this is starting to look a little bit like Game 6 now when the Celtics missed a lot of these little mid-range shots that they settled for, and Milwaukee turned it into points. Bledsoe crossover, can't get by Brown. And a turnaround hook for Eric Bledsoe. He is having a game here already. 12 points for Eric Bledsoe.
And he gives him the little big man move, jump point, shoulders into him. 2 points.
It's time for some straight talk. You love your phone.
I have something to tell you. Something really special.
But you hate the big bill.
You know, we've been together for 6 years, and I think that...
Enough already. I'm done.
Ditch the bill with the Straight Talk Wireless SIM Kit and keep your phone, 4G LTE network, and number for up to 30% less. Text BYOP to 611611 to see if your phone is compatible.
Why haven't I switched?
Switch to who?
Get the ultimate unlimited plan for just $55 a month, no contract. Straight Talk Wireless, only at Walmart.
The Bell Illuminati has something new for the masses. A blend of 3 cheeses melted over seasoned beef, wrapped in a warm tortilla. And it's only $1. It's time to investigate the new $1 triple melt burrito at Taco Bell.
How do you become America's best-selling brand? You introduce the all-new Ford EcoSport and surprise people with how much they can get in a small SUV.